Hello folks, Ross here. Just jumping in to let you know the Orpheus Protocol, which is the game we're playing for this episode, is on Kickstarter right now. If you like what you hear or are a fan of our previous Orpheus Protocol adventures, called Fugue, go ahead and search Kickstarter for the Orpheus Protocol and chip in. I myself will be a contributing writer for the project if it meets a few stretch goals, so be sure to support the Kickstarter and make this game a reality.
Hey, it's Ross Baker with Roll Bubble Radio. We're playing the Orpheus Protocol, and Rob from the Orpheus Protocol is running this game.
Yeah, funny how that works.
That's the name of the podcast, as well as the game.
Yeah, branding
all over the place.
Yeah,
God, just really confused.
It's a mess. You don't even know what my stuff is going to be called. And how to find it.
And we have Caleb and Aaron here as players.
Ew.
As well as me. Anyways. But it's Rob. I don't know what the scenario is called. So.
Well, the scenario is called Knock Knock.
Well, you'll find a way to destroy that by the time you post it. You renaming bastard, you.
Not salty at all. Teeth of God. I mean, God's teeth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
or the 18 other times you've done it.
Okay, sure.
It wasn't just you. Like, I did it to Clancy, too. Anyway, sorry.
For this scenario, we're actually rejoining a now already kind of grizzled old operative, because not that he's been an operative of Orpheus for terribly long, but he started as pretty damn grizzled. Brett, Ross's character from the previous Orpheus adventure that aired on RPPR, he's learned the ropes, gotten as used to the operation as one can possibly get to, occult PMC work.
Mm-hmm.
So a little less in over his head, but still in over his head. Caleb, you are playing, I believe, Clive.
Yes.
The pathokinetic. That is a person with the supernatural ability to manipulate other people's emotions, which makes them the god-tier archetype pick for social influence, which is one of the systems in the game that you just get to cheat at.
Yeah.
So you could go play Psycho Pirate all over this, or?
I don't know what that means, but yes.
Okay.
And Aaron, you are playing Charles, and you are playing a soldier, because it is important to show off that in this game, you can be the guy who doesn't have supernatural powers and still kick all of the ass. Instead of having, fancy schmancy abilities, you sort of have
guns.
The stuff that I do with guns and tactics and things like that just works better because I work harder and I know more. You also have sort of an edge on the resource management aspect of the game, which is a big part. You have 15 temporary strain that can be used for any check in combat over the course of the adventure, which is a ton relative to the amount that starting characters have.
Cool, and you'll have to forgive me too. I will probably be asking tons of questions.
That is fine. That is fine. Everyone's learning the rules. That's totally cool. Hell, I'm learning the rules and I wrote them, which I feel like I get more sympathy for at this table than most. But the three of you have been organized into an operative cell of Orpheus. You are sort of decentralized until you're called in to do a task. It's kind of up to you guys whether you have worked together before or not. Certainly, Brett has been involved in the company for long enough that he could have had previous outings with other agents.
That's how we haven't worked together, or at least I haven't worked with him, so... because we don't know each other's abilities very well.
Okay, I guess that models it.
Yeah.
Sure. So the situation, as you are told by your handler over some sort of secure digital communication, is that there is a extremely upscale gated community in the Hollywood Hills called Blackwood Heights that has been dealing with some sort of nuisance the last several nights and has been actively seeking private security and private detective services to try to solve kind of a noise complaints, vandalism. Basically, someone is getting up to mischief in the night. And it is as I said, very upscale community. One way in, through a big old gatehouse area, there is a country club at the top of the hill that everyone has to buy an expensive membership in. It is rare to see a house in this neighborhood that is less than 12 million. Film executives, things like that.
Some kids put forks online.
Call Blackwood.
Well, they don't know that they're calling it this, because your cell is, in fact, posing as a much lower scale group, because this community has tripped a few algorithms from, the logistics department in terms of they think that there's probably some form of black market thing going on through this neighborhood, somewhere in the neighborhood, that is of interest to Orpheus, meaning probably cultural artifacts, stolen archaeological finds, things like that. And so this is a great opportunity for you guys to go in there and get on the ground and actually look and see if you can find and verify any of that. And these guys are also, very, very rich and are going to be paying much more than the service they are ostensibly asking for is worth. So it's not a bad spend of your time anyway. Mm-hmm. But while you are here ostensibly solving this problem of weird nocturnal activity, youths
solve the tea.
I would say the idea of some punk rockers just going over the fence like, hurry, throw this Konami jar over it.
It would be very involved, as you'll see when you get there.
These bastards get haunted by
they're just in a corner huffing Necronomicon.
Those damn kids. But while you're there to ostensibly deal with this problem, you need to see if there's any veracity to the markers on the algorithm that have sort of tripped for this area, and if so, it's your discretion to sort of deal with it.
That's how specific the markers have gotten. Like, we think that they bought something that they shouldn't have.
They actually think it might be more than that. It looks like someone may live in this neighborhood and be a fence or a stop-off point for stolen cultural artifacts and stuff. Just sort of tracking known points of sale and points of theft. And looking at
questioning the algorithm,
where the money is going and things like that, and the geographic locations, and they're like, yeah, this would be a great place to hide some of that stuff, and it's also super, super private. Mm-hmm. So that is something you're supposed to look at. But yeah, so I don't know what you guys are going to call yourselves in terms of your fake private security and detection agency, but you can come up with something. And you are to, this evening or late afternoon, meet with the president of the country club and homeowners association, Daniel Upshaw, at the country club in Blackwood Heights to discuss the situation.
Is this Daniel Shaw?
Daniel Upshaw.
Upshaw, all right.
Yeah, he's got a real hateable name. Made a career tearing down community centers in the 80s.
That's my headcanon for him.
Challenging
so many ski lodges.
Yeah. Challenging teenage karate.
Yeah.
But he was the one who actually beat them all. So that's why he's rich.
Like fixing the community go-kart race. Just an awful, awful man. So
bringing in a NASCAR racer to ring it.
In a soapbox derby.
Yeah. Illegal waiting.
Yeah.
Good God. So you basically have all of your gear in a van that is kitted out to look like the van of this bogus security agency.
GenSec, of course.
Damn it. Did you say GenSec?
No, we're not done. We're going to die. More often than not.
Okay, then you come up with the name of a fake security company.
Saison Security Solution Systems. And then
that's real good.
Our mascot is just a snake.
Known for
Saison Security
Fuck.
Got a glowing professional reputation for drinking on the job.
Well, your name's Brett.
They're just appreciation art.
Your name's Brett.
So when you think security, you think
the best solution for security.
You have to sound like Ross Slide in this thing.
That's great. So, yeah, the three of you are basically activated. You meet at some neutral location. Mm-hmm. The van's dropped off for you, and you have a small amount of time before it's time to go and meet the boss. Is there anything that you want to do to prepare for your operation, or do you want to directly...
We're meeting at the country club, right?
That is what you've been told, yes.
Well, I have contacts cult, so I'll put some calls around to find out what the word is on Blackwood Heights.
Okay. So if you want to talk to people who you already know, not making new friends, I would go ahead and roll that as a focus-based check with your contacts in the occult community.
Sure.
Oh, that's not a good roll.
Nope. What's a 2?
So you can spend up to 3 strain, but you can't get rid of that bad die roll.
Yeah. Yeah, because I only have that out of 2. So, I have a bunch of that, though. So, is a 2, how good of a result is that?
A 2?
Yeah.
Not great. Generally speaking, something that's hard, you start getting successful around 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not spending... yeah.
Where's focus at?
That is the second mental stat.
It's the blue
okay.
one.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not spending... So I need to spend at least 3 in order to succeed, basically.
Yeah, probably. To
Yeah.
get anything super useful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, generally when I play this, I wouldn't tell you that, but I'm just being nice because
Yeah,
you
yeah.
haven't played this too many times. But
Well, I just want to get a sense of, what the
So
standard is.
what I'll say is that what you get from the couple of people around the Hollywood area that you know isn't really in addition to what you've been briefed on.
Okay.
There's a surprising number of things turning up for sale around here that, where the hell did these come from? Not a huge number, but more than you would expect for the geographic area. It's kind of a high concentration of surprising sales of interesting occult objects.
Is there any sort of commonality between these items, or what culture they're from, or what era, or what kind of item they are? Are they books, weapons, or?
It looks like primarily Middle Eastern, North African, that sort of area.
Okay.
Whoever's bringing them over across the ocean is bringing them from not a very small specific area, but it seems that it's probably based on some sort of operation going on there that they have some sort
in a
of
museum or
contact.
something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, are there any kind of local museums? Are there something or areas where there might be something, another fence or contact point in the area?
Well, if there were, they would probably be in direct competition with whatever is going on up there. So, does anyone have a contacts or knowledge of history, archaeology, anthropology, anything like that they could use to try to get people to talk about that? It's also entirely possible if the thing that is going on at Blackwood is as bad as the algorithm would seem to think it is. These people may have already been threatened.
So, the only things I can think about are either security, maybe talking to some other people who are running smaller jobs for these guys, maybe off to the side, or just general investigation. If I could, would that allow me to talk?
Is investigation more like investigating a crime?
On the side?
Mostly, but you could do hybrid checks are a thing where not a single skill exactly covers it, but we sort of. What you could do is you could do a hybrid check between investigation and presence.
Okay.
To try to cozy up to people who may have done work for them. However, this would be something that you would have done days ago, but that's fine with me. If you want to go ahead and see if you could have gotten any information in that way. The way that a hybrid check works is if it would involve multiple skills and or would involve multiple attributes, you take the lower of
the two,
whatever's going on. So this would be hybrid between presence and security. So whichever skill of those is the lowest
and
for you.
I don't think I have presence.
Which means that it's rolled at no skill, but you can still spend 1 strain or whatever. But and it's between charisma and focus, whichever is lower of those two.
Okay. Let's see. That's definitely be charisma, so that's just 2.
Okay, so you're just rolling a 2 with no skill.
All right, and just that's 3 dice and adding into that.
Three dice modifying the 2.
Gotcha. Hey, that's a 3. So
okay,
not
so
great.
you have a 3. You could spend a strain of either mental or spiritual because of the attributes involved to go to 4 if you wish.
I have enough. I'll go ahead and spend 1 of mental. So
okay,
so strain is spent after the fact.
Yeah, you always look at what your result is and decide whether it's worth it to use your strain or your skill features.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's the only thing that's nice to players in this game. It would just be miserable if you had to spend beforehand.
I understand. Yeah, who would do that? Sounds like a real asshole.
Yeah, sounds like a bad person who wants people to be sad would do. So at a 4, it takes a while, but you're able to sort of ingratiate yourself a bit with people working at some sort of cultural center. It's not a full-on museum. They've got some interesting stuff on display, and you get the impression that a couple of the things there were not really attained through the proper channels. And the impression you get isn't really that they're involved with the criminal operation, but that perhaps a sale went bad.
Okay.
Like an arranged sale went bad for people up at Blackwood, and they wanted to get rid of something. And so they just, like, generously donated it under, like, a false name so that it wasn't there anymore in case, like, you know, the FBI or something was looking for it, or whoever is legitimately in charge of the stuff that Orpheus is obviously actually running the table on.
So it's more likely whoever has this just literally got it by mistake.
Like, they're not going to say no,
Yeah.
because it's like some priceless cultural artifact, but it's more corroboration that there's like a large-scale artifact black market situation up there.
Okay.
So the algorithm has twigged that something's going on here, but we're being hired under the pretense of stopping this vandalism thing, right?
Yeah.
By Daniel Upshaw.
Yes, the people at the country club want to contract external security because obviously whatever measures they have up there is not catching what's going on.
So it's unlikely Daniel Upshaw is directly involved in the thing, or else he would probably not bring in more security.
I don't know.
Okay. I guess that's the first thing.
The thing that you can safely conclude is that whatever security they have on site is not solving
sufficient
this nuisance.
Yeah.
And on one hand, maybe he wouldn't want to bring in more eyes, but on the other hand, maybe he's worried about people sneaking around at night and finding something that they're not supposed to find.
Yeah. Okay.
So, you know, Orpheus is sort of... the organization has judged that this is a very good opportunity to go in and see it up close.
Well, we also don't know, like, how much he knows about the supernatural. Daniel Upshaw thinks he's just selling. If whoever the black marketeer is in there, they may not know that there are ghosts and weird things.
Sure.
Yeah, like
most
that.
people don't.
Yeah. So that could be the other
So
thing.
we have the job already. We're just going to be briefed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess I will go talk to him then.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are ready to go?
Yep.
The approach to Blackwood Heights is quite forbidding. The landscaping is really intense. The sides of this hill are not kind. It would be very hard to get up them. And there is only one way into the neighborhood. And it is you see immediately an impressively large gatehouse. And any of you who have any military background, and honestly, you know, Brett as well, just from having run a couple operations with Orpheus, will see that, like, you sure could have some pretty serious private army type stuff going on in an installation such as this. This is not what you would normally expect at the front of a gated community, even a very upscale one in the Hollywood Hills. So there's definitely an air of paranoia and kind of a fortress-like layout to the neighborhood as you approach it. So that's what you see from your van as you're going up. I assume you stop at the gatehouse. One of the guards...
Yeah, we're not ramming.
Yeah, let's speed run this. Let's speed run this scenario
Clip
into
through the wall!
ground. Yeah, you have to do like a backwards jump that lets you slowly go faster and faster and go through walls. But one of the guards sort of knocks on your window to have you roll it down.
Does anybody have drive? Is that a skill?
Everyone can drive. It's just if you have drive as a skill, you can do Fast and the Furious.
Okay. I call soldier the driver.
Okay.
That's like...
I assume you have a guest pass?
That's like, yeah.
And yes,
Security.
you were sent something. So he looks it over, he calls it up, and I should explain how vigilance works. All checks are the way that I described them, except for two.
Okay.
Your awareness checks against stealth and just to notice things sneakily happening is a passive value that the other person rolls against called vigilance. It's one of the derived stats on your sheet. It's modified by the awareness skill, and boosts to it from strain last for the entire scene. So, like, you just declare how frosty you're staying at any given time.
Okay.
So, sometimes the GM will be nice and ask you what your vigilance score is for the scene, and this is one of those times.
Okay. So, for that, do I choose going up or down?
You either have your vigilance as it says on the sheet, or depending on your awareness skill, you can spend strain or use skill features to make it better. Like, for example, if somebody had 5 awareness, they could just use their temporary strain and boost their vigilance by 3 constantly.
I'll do that.
You got 5 awareness?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're really good at noticing stuff.
I'm Terminatoring the guard as he looks at it.
Well, you get a good look past the guard's shoulder into the complex, which again is just far larger than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And you see someone exit a room very casually. And as the door sort of hydraulics its way shut again, you can see that there's like a big effing bank of computers and a ton of security video monitors in there. Not just of like the gate area, but of like rooms of some sort of building somewhere. There is a feed from the interior of a building somewhere being fed directly into the gatehouse that people are watching. And as I said, they radio ahead. The gate slowly opens, and you are given directions to where you ought to park at the country club to meet with the president.
I relay this information.
That's not
Is there
suspicious.
anything on the grounds that, like, what do the walls look like they were made of? In that, could I get a glimpse of that?
Oh, in terms of the building that they're looking at?
Yeah, through the cameras.
Yeah.
It looked pretty, actually, yeah, good point.
Like
rather
concrete, plaster.
out of place for the income level of this place. It looked like dingy cinder block fluorescent light type stuff.
Yeah, so I don't see anything like that driving through the neighborhood to get
Hell
to the
no.
country club. So it's underground.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Certainly not.
A
I mean, it's a storage bunker.
execution basement, you know? Like,
I mean, that's pretty standard operating procedure for a gated community.
fair enough.
For the murder basement to be there.
I feel like I have to really...
A gated community without a sex dungeon is not one worth living in.
I feel like I'm going to really have to stretch to get the mystery feel through because of the cynicism of this table.
Well, we'll try to tone it down.
No, it's good. It's good. Caleb feels the same way about rich people that I do. So, this scenario might be confirmation bias porn for you. But anyway, the grounds of the country club itself are predictably beautiful in that sort of nauseating, wow, we could feed so many people way. Legitimate, complex topiary. There's a hedge maze. There's at least half a golf course on this fucker. Pools, tennis courts, you name it. A lot of faux Greek-looking architecture. Looks like a nice place to spend your time if you can, which you can't. So you follow signs to a visitor parking area, and soon after you get there, there is a reedy, bespectacled man, looks to be in his like mid-30s, going pretty male pattern, bald, nervous-looking guy with a clipboard and an earpiece who comes up to you and waves at you as you stop.
Sorry, before we start, do we have earpieces?
You can. It's a question of like, with your cover story, it would be all right for you to talk to each other that way.
And are we like all in uniforms, or like are we wearing city clothes? Like,
well, you're gonna be doing this as private detection.
Okay, so
you may have to stake some stuff out or whatever. So while you can have uniforms, it's expected that you'll be in civilian clothes.
all right, that's good. I just wanted to make sure.
Operation.
Yeah.
So like horrible polos and chinos and everything.
I didn't know if we were like rent-a-cop cover story or like just
Nah, these
higher level than
these
that.
people would go for someone who's too expensive.
yeah.
Yeah, we're in suits.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, somebody stole my flamingo from the lawn. Call Strat 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
I mean, they like to feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
So.
We're rent-a-G men.
Yeah, I mean, really, that is
I'm fine
more or
with that.
less what they wanted.
So we get out and talk to Clipboard Guy. I walk up to Clipboard Guy.
Hello, my name is Ian Eldridge. I'm assistant to Mr. Upshaw. I am. Thank you for coming so quickly. This has been a very strange situation. Frankly, I don't understand how we have not internally solved it already, but whoever is up to this mischief is persistent and surprisingly skilled. It is nice to make your acquaintance. He holds out just the limpest hand for you to shake.
I shake it.
It's awful.
Yep. Good to meet you, Ian. I'm Sal from Cezanne Security System Solution Sales. Good to meet you.
His head spins a bit. And if you would not mind, I'll take you to one of the boardrooms. Mr. Upshaw is running a little bit late, but he should be here very soon. And he just sort of turns on his heel, looks at his watch, jumps a little bit with his shoulders, like clearly put upon, checks things on the clipboard, mutters to himself as he leads you through, just this beautiful sort of red tiled walkway through the lawn up into the complex.
I have like a Tech 9, so I'm probably not carrying that.
Yeah.
Does somebody have concealable weapons so we're not buck naked in here?
There are some people who
I have a semi-auto.
All right, okay, that's
I'm
fine.
good,
as
so,
long as we're not,
I
walking
have a
in your
handgun
blood.
too. So
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I believe, that Charles has like a semi-auto and a knife, and Brett has a gun.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
I'm good. I just want to make sure we weren't buck naked.
Yeah, I'll have the knife and the 9mm on me,
That's
so
okay.
probably don't need anything else right now. That's more. We're coming in here.
Yeah, I don't want to walk in there cold on some Yellow King shit or what's going on.
So you wait in a pleasantly bland boardroom for a few minutes, and soon a very distinguished and imposing man comes through the door. He's also wearing a suit. He has mutton chops and salt and pepper hair. He is very broadly built. He looks very powerful physically.
Martin Van Buren.
Possibly some sort of athlete earlier in his life. And dude's intense, just like the set of his features. He seems very focused. He gives the three of you in turn a nakedly assessing look.
So he's the president of the country club, right?
Probably so.
Yeah.
Thinks to himself for a second and says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Daniel Upshaw, president of the Homeowners Association and this country club, and the person who has brought you on for this particular assignment. I admit that it is a matter of some embarrassment to our community that we need to engage outside services, but the residents of this community value their privacy and their peace of mind, and many of them work in high-pressure fields that require them to have their rest, and being woken at all hours is untenable. I look forward to your swift resolving of this issue. I was told to prepare this for you." He hands you from a folder that he is carrying a map of the community with 3 houses marked on it. They're relatively close to each other, though of course the yards are all pretty fucking huge. But all 3 of them are closer to one another than they are to like pretty much all the other houses. And he says, "These are the Stevenson, Blakemore, and Williams houses, all upstanding members of the community. No complaints against them. They've not been involved in any sort of incident or trouble. Well-liked members of the country club, etc. But for the last several nights, 1, 2, or sometimes all of these homes have called to the security staff, reporting loud knocking at their doors in the middle of the night, and when they go to check, there's no one there. There is some coverage of the area by security cameras, though by no means comprehensive, and we've not caught anything. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this situation."
Awareness? Awareness?
What are you trying to do
Is
here?
there a lie check there?
That's your wariness. That's your passive against lying, which can be boosted with the empathy skill based on what you want.
Okay. What's your empathy at?
My empathy is... Where's empathy at?
It's a skill. Non-combat skill.
Top right.
I don't have empathy?
I
Damn.
do. I do.
have to
It's a
connect-
non-combat skill. So it's go down
yeah,
one.
I do. I have 4.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're better
Okay,
than
so
me,
you can more or less. The way with passives, by the way, you don't normally roll dice on them,
Okay.
but once per scene, if you do the feature for a reroll, you can have an active roll. And if it's worse than 0, you don't have to take it. Like, you just
Okay.
kind of roll to see if you do better.
Yeah.
And of course, you can also boost it with strain. And you have a 4, so like...
I can ignore
if you-
negatives.
you can ignore negatives. Also, you could roll those 3 dice and then use the rank 4 ability to swap the die roll with a +1.
Yeah.
So you are guaranteed if you blow a lot of your skill features to be able to boost
I'll roll.
without even having to spend
Yeah.
strain.
So it's just 4 then. I guess I'll ignore the negatives.
You don't have to. If you get less than 0, you don't have to take the result of that.
Oh, okay.
And you can use the rank 4 to swap that with that die roll with a +1 if you want.
So I'll do that and it'll be a 5, yeah.
It's pretty good. You don't even spend strain on it. Nice.
Yeah.
He seems very sincere. Like, they haven't seen what's causing this. It is annoying and embarrassing.
It's not on our security camera system that we apparently have a panopticon of down in the fortress. Okay. So he is either unaware of that or it's not above ground.
Yeah, or yes, the panopticon may not be just the outside streets of the neighborhood. It may be something else.
All right, yeah. He can continue. Sorry.
But he says, you'll see on the back of this sheet the list that my security staff have made of the times that all these calls came in. I can't make any sense of it, but perhaps you can. And we're largely leaving it up to your discretion in terms of how you pursue this. But we would like you to find out who is doing this so that we can make them stop. It's a nuisance and, frankly, represents a threat to the professional well-being of some of our residents. If the sleep continues to be a problem, we have some very grumpy, very stressed residents, which is not what we like.
I understand. How long ago did these incidents start?
It's been 5 days.
And have they occurred in any other time since you've been president of the country club?
No.
How long have you been president?
Well, I should say, there have been a few times that teenage residents have ding-dong ditched, so to speak, but that's been something that was quickly discovered and dealt with. This is
different.
Very persistent and, as far as we can tell, incredibly elusive. This is one of the reasons we've engaged your services. We do not have a good theory about what's going on or who's doing it or why.
So how long have you been president of the country club?
Oh, for the last 4 years. 5 years this April, actually.
Do I know how old the country club is?
Do you know? Are you like a SoCal, like a Hollywood area resident?
Sure.
So yeah, you would know that this place has probably been around for like 11 or 12 years. It's a reasonably new. You remember actually from when you were younger the extreme landscaping and construction that went into this.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to see. Was he here when it was constructed? Because if that's the case, how do you lose a military sub-basement without your knowledge? But if he's new, that's different. Okay.
Someone else used to be in charge. And yeah, you do remember this place being a huge undertaking being built long ago.
Mm-hmm. What did the Stevensons, Blackmores, and Williamses do?
The Stevensons, he gets a weird look on his face, like halfway between amusement and distaste. Their cats are very popular on social media. They merchandise and do social media engagement, and I'm given to understand post many pictures and videos of their pets.
New money.
What's their account name?
He tells you some suitably cutesy account name. And if you're on cat Instagram, you may well...
I glare daggers at Brett.
What my daughter likes is Castagram.
Yeah. I shake my head.
I have a daughter.
Carl Blakemore is a film executive. He invests in film projects, as many people in this area do. Sierra, his wife, is a surgeon. And Raymond Williams, you may know as the relief quarterback for insert NFL football team here in this area. I don't do sports ball, but he does. And his wife, Shonda, is an entertainment lawyer.
He's still an active player. He's not retired.
It's uncertain. He's out on injury right now, and the jury is still out if you follow football about many people.
The Trent Green, of course.
Many people have been burned on fantasy football. Ari, this guy, this year. But yeah, so a professional football player, an entertainment lawyer, cat Instagram shitheads, and a film exec and surgeon are the families in the affected area.
Do any of them actually have children, teenagers?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the Blakemores have 3 children. Okay. Jack, Kaylee, and Ethan. Their ages, if I recall properly, are 17, 12, and 8 or 9.
Will we have access to the security? Like, are there the tapes going back off?
Oh, yes. The closed circuit for the Neighborhood Watch will be made available to you if you should desire. That's fine.
Maybe we can catch something that they missed. Yeah.
And at least that can give you more coverage for your operation if that proves helpful. As I said, we do employ competent security. They have not seen a thing. That's why we hired the best, as I'm given to understand. He looks at his watch. I do have places to be. Have my assistant help you with anything that you need in setting up for this evening, and I hope to hear a favorable report in the morning. We have comped lodgings at a 5-star hotel for you to stay in. I assume you'll be quite tired at the end of your shift.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's appreciated.
All right. Go team.
Yep.
So, you sort of have free reign to figure out what you're going to do. Ian Eldridge, you see, is just waiting at the door for you to leave. It's clear that he's going to be your buddy for parts of this. What is the plan?
What is so it's been happening for 5 minutes. What doors are knocked last night?
Yeah.
You can have Ian, forward you documents from the gatehouse, right? Where they sort of have to log their security incidents. You have no idea if it's been redacted or whatever, or changed, but he does send you attachments. It is, over the course of the 5 nights, any and all exterior doors, basically. So you've got the front door, sometimes a side door that goes into a garage will get knocked on, the sliding doors on back to the big deck. It's not always the same doors, but none of the doors that are external have not been knocked on at least once.
Okay. Well, the thing is, with my psychometry, I can get a vague sense of a touched object's history. So I'm thinking maybe if I use it
on a door?
On the most recently knocked door.
Oh, sure, to be a little clearer. Yeah, so you do have the rundown of that, so you do have the times.
Yeah. So I'll go, my thing is, check out the most recently knocked door to see if I can pick up any, bad juju.
Sure.
I'm going to talk to Ian. Ian, who's your cable provider?
California residents, forgive me, but he lists the sort of prestige business fiber monopoly for the area, because that's how it works.
Yeah. I assume that you do very good business and have very high speeds here?
Yes, there are several people in this area that do some or all of their work from home, so it is very important that we have a reliable and high-performance internet connection. And this is, of course, a luxury community, and it would not do to have our residents on the phone with Comcast customer support.
And you have your own substation, I understand, to provide power, I'm sure?
Oh, yes. We are on the grid, so to speak, but we don't, should there be some sort of problem, our residents will not have an interruption in service lasting more than a few seconds.
Yeah, I understand. Well, you understand, we can get this taken care of tonight, and you might remark with some. I can call you Ian, right?
Yes, that is
some minor inconvenience, Ian, because it's difficult to do surveillance in such a well-lit area such as this. It's also difficult to do surveillance in this late at night. Why would I be out on the street? Wouldn't it seem suspicious if I was there looking for people?
Yes, I would assume that would fall under your
There's a bit of theater involved in this, Ian. So what I'm going to need from you, I will need you to call the cable company, have them get a truck out here, and provide us with just it as a prop. I don't need anything more than that. The man can drive out and go elsewhere. We'll just need it parked for the night, and I'll need you to shut down the street lights on one of the streets. You don't have to do it for the interiors of the building, so no one will get out of place, but you'll need to shut the street lights down, and I will need that truck here.
You see just the fear and the anxiety begin to drain life and hope from this man's face. As you make, it depends on kind of how much you were doing with your body language. I could see this being an intimidation check or a presence check, depending on...
I'll do presence.
Okay, so that is a charisma-based check with presence to see if you can get him to agree to help you out in this way.
So I have presence of 2, but I've got a power for that.
Sure.
Unearthly charisma.
Oh boy.
So Christ-like. Jesus needs a cable van.
And when Jesus needs a cable van, you get him the fucking van.
I gain +1 to presence-based social influence check. If I have 2 degrees of success, I may move the target's inclination an additional step up the chart.
Yes. because so the way it normally works is like there's a chart of like how inclined or disinclined they are to go along with something when you're trying to influence them, and one successful skill check can only move it one step.
Yeah.
Which is why good cop, bad cop is good, because you can use multiple skills to influence them in different ways. If you determine their motivations, you can also move them additional steps, but like your power is just like, if my check's good enough, I move it even more.
Okay.
So you get both a +1 and the ability to move it additional steps?
Yes.
Okay,
+1, and my skill's a 2, so I'm at +3.
Well, no, it's charisma based.
Oh, it's charisma based, so I'm at +4 then.
Ooh. Yeah, so you're rolling dice plus charisma +1, and then your skill determines how you can spend your strain.
And so I can re-roll our...
What's your skill rank?
For initiative. Charisma is 3.
And what's your presence?
It's at 2, so
you can
just
spend up to 3.
strain,
Yep, spiritual. So let's see how this goes. Okay, that's a -1 on the
I will
dice.
spend 3.
Okay, so that will negate your negatives, and then add 1. So what are you at, like...
Okay, so 5 then.
Okay, and it's every 2 degrees of success?
Yeah.
All right, he's going to roll his not that great stability check to see. Okay, you can tell he's super not happy about needing to do this. You can see the wheels turning in his head about how he's going to describe the necessity of this to people later on, but he says, it does make sense what you're telling me, so I will see what I can do. I will get you some sort of, a reasonable thing to be out on the street without being too terribly conspicuous. And which street was it that you needed made more...
the central one that we went up.
Like the one that terminates on one of the houses? Because like the way that the houses are arranged is...
I would pick something centrally located around that.
Yeah, there's a Stevens house, and then there's like Williams' house, and then sort of like adjacent, like backyard to backyard back there would be the Williams house.
Well, so the house with 2 of them on it.
Okay, the street that terminates in 2 of the houses? Yeah. Okay, and he says, I'll get to work on that right now, because I may need to convince them to stay open an extra... Oh, boy. Okay. I need to go, actually, and get that done. Do you need anything else from me at the moment? Or...
is there a groundskeeper station?
Yes, there is one for the country club, and there are 2, one on each side of the neighborhood. He points them out on the map.
Just a key to that.
He, like, mouths
we must look the part, Ian. You put on an orange vest, people don't see you. You're not there. You're there to work.
So that's going to be another social influence check, because that's a little bit higher.
Okay.
That said, you succeeded on a social influence check with him. So you have actually built 1 point of unity with him, where you have subtly overwritten part of his subconscious with yours, making him more susceptible to all of your social skills for a time.
I got an idea in this case, since he's already kind of nervous about this. Can we go ahead and intimidate him to do this to make sure he's...
I don't think Ian needs more intimidation.
Yeah. It's fine.
He seems...
Let's see how this roll goes.
Seems skinny. Ian needs a friend.
That's probably true.
Like putty in your hands. Yeah, so go ahead and roll another charisma-based check. This, are you doing presence again for this?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's going to be...
+1 now. And you've got...
And the additional +1 of the ability, right?
If you want to use the ability again, yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be 2 plus charisma plus dice.
Okay.
And then you have strain to spend if you want.
So 2 go away. So that's going to be... It was 5 total, plus... So 4?
Okay. Yeah, that's enough. He says, I will have someone bring you the key. He tries to affect more certainty and confidence than you know he has. And he sort of turns on his heel and like starts fretting his way away with all this work to do and all this being the bad guy on the phone to people who are going to be really pissed off at him.
I'll make sure the truck is fully stocked. We want to, just a regular truck.
That man looks like he is stung by 1,000 wasps daily.
No.
You go to the door. Cable trucks have cable finding equipment. I'll start pinging the underground and find where the underground's located.
Nice.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to be checking the lines to see where this shit's buried while he's doing psychometry.
Yep.
You have a security. What's your security roll at?
Not great. I mean, if you want to do it, that's fine. It's 3.
Yeah, I have a security of 3 as well, so we might be able to go with that.
Yeah.
We have a vest, so
that's true. So.
They're practically invisible to rich people.
No one will possibly question you. You're basically furniture. Oh God, it's true though. Like, oh, I'm trimming the palm trees. Don't mind me or my 5 guns. Yeah.
It's 3 a.m. I didn't want to disturb you.
You thought my squeegee would be a problem on your windows.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to... Which house had the most recent knocking?
Let's say the Williams house.
All right.
House
Williams
is really
the quarterback, yeah.
Yeah, Williams... house is really not decent term for what we're talking about, but yes, sure.
McMansion.
And I imagine, these are probably architecturally designed mansions. These are probably actually like classy.
Yeah, these are not quite as tawdry.
Like there's
as
symmetry and like
McMansions.
a forethought in the design, not just slapping. Hey, we got these spare windows. Let's put them up.
Clearly, for those of you who are interested, going through this community, this was all designed by one architect.
Yeah.
Like one probably now quite well off architect from the looks of things. So like there is, though the houses are different from one another, everything has a sort of aesthetically pleasing unity to it.
Yeah.
But so you're able to make it there. You do actually see there's like, as the sun is starting to go down, there's some people finishing up lawn work there who they certainly notice you there, but they don't like make a move to stop you or anything. Okay.
Well, I'll go ahead and just go up to the door and just kind of, touch it. Cost 2 initiative.
Doesn't matter if you're not in combat.
Yep. I get a vague sense of it for free. I may instead gain a clear sense by spending 2 strain, but I want to see if there's nothing there, then there's no point in getting a clear sense. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, ultimately, you can just do it once and see the vague, and then do it again because this is a one shot, so you're not really worried about humanity.
Okay.
In the long-term campaign, using your abilities too much is very dangerous, but in one session, it's not so bad. Because you get humanity only back between adventures, similar to medical care. You need to do self-care if you want to, be more of a person.
Yeah.
But, so you go ahead and,
lick the door.
Yeah. You go ahead you go ahead and touch a doorknob, and the sense you get, you are taken in your mind's eye to last night. So immediately you're standing on the porch and it's dark. And you are standing where you are standing in real life on the porch with your hand on the door, and you feel the heavy impact, the vibration of the knock, and you hear it, but you don't see anyone.
Okay.
You don't see a sense of movement. There's no shadow. So either this is some sort of illusion or some sort of weird phenomenon, or you are the person knocking on it and you're seeing from their exact perspective. But you wait for a short time while your vision holds and look around. There's certainly no car parked there. There's no receding footsteps or a furtive shape moving away into the distance or anything like that.
Okay. So this is like an invisible thing, like a spirit. Or...
As far as you can tell.
Okay.
Or someone inside the house knocking on the door and then hiding.
Someone inside the house, okay.
You don't know.
All right.
But you felt it. It wasn't like some misapprehended or misinterpreted sound. The door was certainly knocked on. That you can verify.
Okay. So one thing I'm curious about is I'm thinking... I kind of want to triangulate the location of all 3 houses and find the center point between the 3.
Cool.
And see if there is something what's there.
Yeah, you can certainly do that with the map.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and see what other people were doing.
I of course will relate this to the others
at the time that you were doing that. Yeah, you can just get on your little.
It's nobody on the outside. If it's either something invisible or something, it's coming from inside the house.
So, could you do it to the other doors too? They're rich people, right?
Yeah.
They all have garages then.
The
front door is probably the least used entrance to the house.
Yeah.
In all likelihood, because, pull, escalate in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'd have to get permission to get in, because the garage door is going to be...
But I mean, I try the other doors, because I don't know how many other people have.
Something else I was going to ask before this, we may have been able to ask Ian before this. Is all the security in the house, like any cameras, sensors, monitored on site here, or is that handled by independent security contractors?
You probably would have been briefed that they have security staff for the community that monitors the fire and burglary alarms at the gatehouse. However, fire alarm, at least as is required by law, is then passed on to 911 as well if it's not canceled within a certain period of time.
Okay.
But they have their own procedure about contacting key holders, and each resident sort of chooses under what circumstances emergency authorities are called, except, of course, for the fire. If no one says anything for a certain amount of time, they have to call the fire department.
Okay. And something else I've heard to ask, too, is that over the night, were on some of these houses, they probably have motion-censored floodlights or anything that would go around the entrances. Yes. Were any of those tripped during these times?
If you get access to the security footage, you'll be able to find that out.
Okay. So, I'm going to see, honestly, at this point, do we want to go for actually asking from the main offices, or just see if we can go into a tap somewhere and pull that from each of the houses?
They said they'd give us permission.
They'd give us the security
footage. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to go over and ask.
Just go look at the security footage.
Yeah, ask for that footage.
You are brought in to the gatehouse. What is your vigilance and wariness set at for this scene?
Vigilance and wariness, so...
Vigilance, you can boost through the awareness skill.
Okay.
As though a normal skill check is standard strain stuff.
But by the way...
wariness is boosted by empathy.
Just so you know, I'm using my spirit card to set my vigilance to 3. So.
Are you going with him?
No, I'm just saying in general, because I have to say I'm seeing Spirit Guardians.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. So, in your next scene, you're doing Spirit Guardians. That's good.
Yeah,
it's basically the 3, but I do have I do have awareness of 4. So
okay, so you could, without spending any strain, boost your vigilance by 1 by taking the active roll. And go ahead and take the active roll actually, because you might get even better.
Yeah,
but you can't do, if you're willing to spend the rank 4, you can't do worse than a +1.
Okay, so in this case, is that spending a mental to be able to boost?
No, you don't have to spend it.
Okay.
With the skill features. You can spend strain to boost it if you want, but you also have the ability to roll and see if you can boost it.
Okay. So
and then do the 1.
All right, I'll make sure that'll be boosted up to I guess a 4 then, so total with the awareness, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to go and roll, though, what if you got a +2 or +3?
That's true.
Yeah.
So, all right, there's no reason not to roll that.
Yeah.
And see if I can put something else on it. So that allows me to do it, and that's a +1 onto that.
Okay, so whatever. Yeah, so you'll... Oh, your vigilance is normally a 4?
Oh, sorry, no, it's 3. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I misconstrued that. So
okay.
4. So 4. Yeah.
So you go in with a 4. Okay. And what's your wariness? It's the same operation, but with the empathy skill.
Let's see. 2 wariness is 2, and then empathy is 3. So
you can do the active roll, or you can spend strain if you want to go above a 2. That's up to you. So that is your ability to see if people are lying.
Lying. I'll go ahead and spend some strain on that to make sure. So
and afterwards.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Spend
talk to some people first, I guess. With the vigilance up there, though, you do sort of pick out where that computer control room that Clive noticed
pointed out
is, and you do note that the place you are taken to monitor the security footage is decidedly not that room.
Okay.
There is another smaller installation that looks more standard in terms of, look, this is where the CCTV stuff goes and gets stored. And here they've got the monitor things where they've got their little security system UI for handling fire and burglary alarms and things like that. You do note where that is, and this is not that place. The other thing that you notice is that the people here... I mean, you can sort of generally expect security staff to maybe be in a little better shape than the average person, maybe a little bit more gruff or whatever, but...
Some retired PMCers or...
Yeah, these are definitely serious people that they've hired. These are more like the kind of people you would expect to see working for your company. Sans, of course, being werewolves or psychics. But... yeah, it seems a little excessive for this community, but then at the same time, they also, spent top dollar on purpose to solve a ding-dong ditch crisis. So,
I might start. I'll actually probably start some small conversation too. It's like, oh, where are you serving this time? What's going on with that? I was here. This is, how many people?
Yeah, and you do find that several people were ex-military in terms of the people working here. Though some of them are IT geeks, because they need a few of those. So you access the archived footage from the CCTV for the times that you are interested in.
Okay.
And what you find that is of interest is that, yes, the motion sensor lights for the lawns do go off here and there, but they do not always correspond to the time of knocking. They don't seem particularly, or at least not fully, related to one another.
And from the footage I'm
people
seeing,
opening the door after the knocking and looking out or something like that. So
so or if it's activated, maybe like a random animal running by or something.
Yeah, depending on how sensitive they are. Which that's probably data that you don't have. That's probably something that's like with the installation, which these guys probably didn't do.
Okay.
What's our mission? Like, find out what they're doing and then leave, or like find out what they're doing and then stop it.
Find out if this black market operation is truly happening here, and if it is, it's your discretion for how to stop it.
Okay.
You don't have to like burn the whole neighborhood down, but like if you can lay the groundwork for getting rid of it and reclaiming everything, that is good.
Yeah.
So in terms of the security footage, that's what you get, and depending on how much time you spend there, you more or less find that they were competent in their review of the footage. They didn't just miss an obvious thing.
Okay. And with the wariness that I had as well, are any of them acting a little bit off for this? Okay.
You see a couple different instances of them being a little guarded and nervous about you getting too close to the control room.
Okay. Which I'm keeping my general distance, trying not to, but
But when you figure out where it is and you're paying attention to it even a little passively, you do see that a few of them, not all, but a few of them have their body language shift a bit and are like on alert.
Being slightly hypervigilant about it.
Yeah.
they go right before you show up. They pull up the tape that was labeled "Murder Basement Can't Feed."
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, we forgot to hide this one.
Yeah. God, I hope he doesn't click that button.
Why is there whiteout on this monitor?
Yeah. Anyway,
forgot to delete the browsing history. Yeah. So that's what you find.
Okay.
And you guys are all on earpieces. You can, be in communication with each other even if you're not in the same part of the neighborhood. So.
Oh no! I wait until I'm out.
Yeah. So what's next?
I'm waiting for the cable truck to arrive.
Okay.
Well, in that case,
I can be walking around with you.
Yeah. Okay. I will. If you want to try and talk our way inside, so I can look at the doors on the garage door and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then go for it. So we're at the Williams house right now. But
would it work on the other side of the door?
Would I get a different view if I
it's the same doors? Probably not.
I mean, you would see
what was on the
that
other side.
Perspective.
Yeah, because then we could know if it's invisible.
Yeah.
I knock on the door.
Okay. After a short while, a maid answers the door. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Sal Saperstein, Saison Security Solution System Sales. We're here at the discretion of Mr. Upshaw.
Oh, yes, Mr. Upshaw. Yes.
Investigating the disturbances of the previous nights.
She gets a disapproving look on her face. Like, she knows what you're talking about. Like, shakes her head. Can I help you somehow?
Yes, we were actually hoping to come inside and speak to the man or lady of the house.
Yes. Mr. Williams is at physical therapy, but Shonda is in the library right now. I can go get her for you.
Yes, certainly.
So she motions you into the large and welcoming, in a very sterile and Colosseum-like way, entryway of the house, and goes up a waterfall-looking staircase up to a second floor.
My partner's just going to lick your door, don't worry.
Yeah, fondle door.
Okay. You go ahead and use your psychometric gift again, and you do see that there was nobody on this side of the door either, which is the first horror check of this game, because this is a rather impossible event that you are witnessing.
Yep.
So I don't know whether you have a better stability or discipline. Those are the two checks you can use. I think maybe discipline
discipline is mine.
So it's a discipline check with focus.
Yeah.
To mitigate partially. the impact of this.
So I got a 6 already. Do I need to? I have it at 5, so I have 3 temp strain.
3 temp strain. Yeah.
Is 6 going to be
that
enough?
said, the temp strain can also be used for the soak.
Okay.
So if you have like an awesome result, I would not. Yeah.
Okay.
So like you do pass it, so you're only standing to lose 2 sanity from this.
So that.
Yeah, it's okay.
And if you want to use 1 temp, what's your focus?
My focus is 4.
I have something I forgot to mention to you guys. Acuity, toughness, and force of will on the right there above your strain totals. Those are based on certain attributes, and those those are bonuses to how much damage you soak per point spent. So if you have like a point of force of will, sanity damage, you spend 1 spiritual strain, you get 2 damages off.
Okay.
Or if you have 2, you would be 1 for 3. Armor sometimes raises your effective toughness for physical damage. So yeah, you actually would only need to spend 1 of your temporary. You have 3, so you're good. You keep it together. But Clive, you do see that Brett looks really shaken. Looks like he saw something weird and uncomfortable.
Or what I didn't see. Yeah.
Yeah, or rather.
Did I sense anything else, like a malevolent presence or anything like that? Or a coldness?
Well, actually, yeah. Notably, there was
rich people.
There was not. Notably, there was not
Their
like
failed marriage.
A classic cold spot like you would expect from the things that you are an expert in, ghost-wise. And also, I mean, poltergeist activity is usually less localized, like less methodical than that.
It would be throwing things around and shit like that.
Yeah. Also, this looks almost more obnoxious than angry too at this point. So
okay, I'll fill you in after the talk. But while he's talking that, I'm going to be looking around the house looking for, I don't know, cultural artifacts on display or anything like that. Like,
okay, why don't you go ahead then and roll me a hybrid check between investigation and either deception or stealth. Are you just doing it sneakily, or are you doing the social engineering thing of like, I'm supposed to be doing this?
I'm stealthy. I got stealth at 5.
Okay, so investigation and stealth, which is the lower skill for you?
Investigation at 4.
Okay, wow, 5 and 4? Jesus.
Yeah.
And investigation is perception and stealth is dexterity. So it's the lower of those 2?
Well, perception. That's a 2.
Okay, so you're rolling a 2 attribute with the ability to use 4 ranks of skill for this.
So 2, but I have 3 points. Well, yeah, because investigation I get I have my 3 because it's 4. I still have the temp pool, right?
No, temp pool's at 5.
Temp pool's at 5. Okay.
You have a rank 4 though, so you could replace that die roll with a +1.
Okay,
and you can spend up to 3 strain of either physical or mental, because those are the 2 associated attributes.
Yeah, I'll do that to get me to a 5.
Okay. So you do look around, and there is, like, an interesting... I mean, you're not really like an assessor of antiquities, but there sure are a couple of handmade-looking masks made out of what looks like petrified wood, old faded paint, and like straw and animal hair and things like that in here.
All right.
As part of the decor. Very tastefully integrated into the decor here.
I will stealthily take photos of them.
With your phone? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got that. That was a good enough result to not be noticed.
Walking to Tom Brady's house, he's got that painting from The Devil's Advocate.
That explains a lot.
Fucking writhing.
Would you be fucking surprised?
No.
That's just a projector on that. No.
I have knowledge of cult. Is there any way I can identify those masks now, or do I just need to, like, research it later?
Yeah, probably go ahead and like spend a little time looking through stuff later, and that would be a check you could make.
Okay. So yeah, I guess is it the wife or the?
Yeah, at this point, Shonda Williams does descend the stairs. She's dressed in a very businesslike fashion. She carries herself with a hawk-like intensity. You would not really envy her courtroom opponents, or, arbitration opponents for...
Scream!
Yeah. She takes note of the 2 of you and says, oh, you must be some of the security personnel Mr. Upshaw brought in. Is there anything that I can do to help you with your tasks?
We just wanted to know anything you can recall from the previous night's disturbances.
She thinks for a moment. Actually, yes, I do remember one thing that I don't think anyone has mentioned probably. Before the knocks came, several times, Jefferson, our dog, got very upset. I assume that whoever was there, he heard them coming or something like that. But he seemed to know where they were going to knock. He was waiting at the door, growling, whining. And this is not how he normally acts. He's a very lazy, fat old dog. But he seemed very excited about it and very upset.
Do you know the Stevensons or the Blakemores?
Yes, they're members of the country club. We see them at social functions and things like that, yes.
But they're not like close friends or anything.
She looks actually kind of like awkward, thinks about what friendship means. She says, I'm a very career-focused individual. I do consider them my friends.
Human contact?
Does the house have a basement?
Our house?
Yes.
Yes.
Are windows visible?
On one side.
Basement windows? Could we check that? We often find that prowlers will, in working in teams, knock on the front door to assure that the owner of the house is not in the basement before breaking in through a basement window.
Oh, I wouldn't have even thought of that. That's awful. Yes. Tania will take you. She motions to the maid.
I'm sure it's fine if nothing's been missing, but we just need to check for due diligence. You understand?
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
If there's nothing other than that, I do need to return to work.
No, yeah, certainly.
So the maid takes you to the stairway that goes down into the basement.
Start tossing the place.
Tell me your secrets.
Putting your tongue on every item.
No, seriously. Investigate whatever we got to roll.
Yeah.
Secret tunnels to sex dungeons, whatever.
I could try to use psychometry on the animal mask. That sounds dangerous, though.
I don't give a shit. It's dangerous to you. Touch that dog.
Yeah, psychometry is the best because it's just the player and the GM playing chicken with the plot and the player's brain.
Pet that dog.
That's for objects. I don't think it works on animals.
You actually can. You need like special masteries and stuff at later levels.
Does the dog have a bed?
Eventually, you can use it on people and make it so that they're really bad at fighting you because you can anticipate their every move. But
does the dog have a bed or like a collar or
shoe
toy?
Plenty of things like that. But so you guys go down into the basement.
We'll do that. Let's check the room first.
And actually, when you go down, a venerable-looking lemon basset hound sort of looks up with absolute minimal effort from a very posh-looking doggy bed in a corner of the room that has just like a Alamo Draft House level home theater arrangement and like numerous football trophies and things like that and a bunch of signed football memorabilia. And takes notice of you and decides that getting up is way too much work. If you want to go ahead and look to see if there's any sort of like hidden doors, hidden panels, blah, 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 that would be a perception-based investigation check.
All right. Is that is the maid with us?
She is. She's
What's
sort
your
of
investigation
standing at the base of the stairs.
My perception is 2, my investigate skill is 4, so...
So you investigate, I will occupy them.
Okay.
Standard procedure.
I'll do that.
So I'm like, Jefferson, look at the blood. I'm going to just be fawning.
So you're going to try to get her involved.
How old is he?
With how
what are his favorite foods?
Yeah.
Okay. That is a charisma-based deception check.
Okay. I will do that.
I do get a reroll once it's in because my investigation is 4. So.
You can take a +1 or do the reroll or both. See if the roll's good.
Yeah, I'll do both because I rolled -3. So.
You don't want that.
I'll take the +1.
Take the +1?
Yeah.
I got a 3 without a power.
Okay.
So is that going to be enough?
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but fortunately for you, the DV was not high because the dog is in fact cute, and talking about him is fun.
Yes. Good.
And honestly,
that was my plan.
Tania is the one who actually takes care of him.
That's also what I figured.
So like they are clearly very good friends.
Yeah.
And she's very excited to answer all of your banal questions.
Just playing with his jabs.
Yeah, and like and you have to reach under his ears to get to the jabs. because he is like partially a liquid. He's an old fat basset hound.
Yeah, wrinkles for days.
Yes, but are you going to boost with strain at all for Brett's investigation?
Yeah, sure. I'll spend another 2. That'll give me to 5.
To 5?
Yeah.
Okay. With a 5, it takes longer than you would like because you have to be very careful about your methods. But you are pretty definitively sure that there is no hidden tunnel in this basement.
Okay.
This is just a ridiculously nice cave.
Any more occult artifacts or weird artifacts?
No, it's all football shit down here.
Okay.
It is literally like a shrine to the foosball.
And there are no signs of forced entry or anything like that, right?
No.
Like no one's
not at the
been breaking in
or anything like that.
Okay. I will go and use psychometry on the dog's bed to see if I can get a vague sense to see what the dog knows.
Look at Jefferson. He's a good boy.
He is a good boy.
So what you get from the dog bed is more corroboration.
Yeah.
You see a lot of him, laying there and snoring and lip flappeting and farting and stuff. But then you also get him perking up at the sound of a knock and being really upset once. And then you sort of fast forward or rewind. You're not sure. And you get him perking up before the knock and running up the stairs.
Okay.
And getting to the front door from the sound of it. You can't really move around much from psychometry. You can sort of look around, but your location's pretty fixed, so you can't actually follow him up the stairs. But you do see that that's where he goes to, and the sound sounds as though it came from the front.
It's like Ober Din, but he's a farting bloodhound.
I'm the Overdin guy. Yeah. It's fine. So just get that music playing every time.
Just carrying around this dog instead of a watch.
It's a really good game. So were the masks in a glass display case, or were they just?
No, they were just out on the walls.
Well, go big or go home. If I can go fondle me a mask without being called out, I will go touch one.
Okay, that's just a stealth check.
Okay.
With either, and I'm going to say there's enough people in this house, because this is something that I, in real life, learned, going to a film executive's house. There's always people in it.
Yeah.
Just all the fucking time, doing various things and, asking questions to the owners about stuff. And so this is going to be a stealth check just to, it's not hard to touch the mask. It's hard to be there when no one else is and time it.
Just dexterity, then?
Yeah.
I'll take that as a +1. That gives me a 5. Okay.
Yeah,
I could spin strain or the temp strain because I have.
Oh, you have a 5? Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Now I'll spin all 3. Screw it. This is towards the end.
So you are just like an icy ghost drifting through the halls.
Yeah.
You touch this.
Where did my partner go?
Actually,
in an air vent.
Literally
crawling out of our mask.
Covered in sand with a bandana.
Comes out of the vent, just touches a mask. Goes back in
Why is the air conditioning screaming?
Neither Clive nor the maid notice that Brett is not in the basement anymore. You do touch the mask, and the impression that you get is a little more vague because it seems like it wasn't in the place it is now at the time of the vision. You see almost from the mask's perspective, you realize after a second, having a crate open, so it's dark, and then you see light pour in, and you see a grizzled, middle-aged, blonde-haired man with a light coating of beard and a lot of weathering on his face. He looks like he probably appears older than he truly is from doing some work outside or whatever. Peering down at you, the mask, and seeming to think deeply about it and assess it, and you see him take out a little voice recorder thing and start talking about the origins of this mask in a certain tribe in Africa, possible dates that it came from and connections to modern cultures and blah, 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 blah. And then he closes the crate again.
Okay. Interesting. So someone educated, someone who knows the masked origin. We know it's African, so I can use that when I research it later. Why
don't you go ahead and roll me, interestingly enough, just an awareness check with perception while you're in the vision.
All right.
To see if you pick up any detail.
You mean vigilance?
No, this is not to like do stealth. Like,
Just awareness.
Yeah, just an awareness check with perception.
Okay. Oh, perception. Okay. So 3. Yeah.
Okay. This man has a pretty light, either disguised or mostly unlearned Scandinavian accent.
Okay. Scandinavian.
It all makes sense now.
Does it?
No.
None of our 3 house owners are Scandinavian or have that background, as far as I know. Well, we don't know Blakemore. I would imagine the cat YouTuber is probably not our Mr. X.
No, that's going to be the one that dupes us all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're done with this house for now.
Sure.
This house is clean.
Yes.
Mostly.
I mean, probably has stolen art, so...
Yeah,
but
well, I mean, who doesn't?
In this neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my cable truck here yet?
It will be shortly, yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'll come reconvene with them and it's like tell them.
What is the center point between these 3?
Yeah, when you check on that, that is the center point on the map would be just part of the backyard of like sort of the 4th house on the quad that has not reported any trouble.
Okay. And we don't know. Okay, so we need to see if there's anything underneath there.
Yeah.
Because if this is somehow located by range, well, actually, yeah, we should check the other house to see if they have masks too. But yeah, I know whenever we get out of the house, I'll start researching the masks and, of course, update them about like Mr. X and that it's an invisible mocker. So yeah, we're definitely something spooky's going on. But yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Cat YouTuber?
Yeah. So, well,
I guess you can't touch the cat and know its memories.
no, I can't. Well, I'll rejoin you this in a second. But
you receive a vision of how the cat is the best, and everyone else is its slaves.
Yeah. I guess
like every other time Brett's ever touched a cat.
I guess the Blakemores.
Okay.
so
Yeah. Let's go talk to them.
All right.
Interrogate their children. You've been ding-dong ditching?
yeah. Actually, this is another question.
Swear to me.
You want to go to jail, boy?
You said you had 3. They had 3 children, like 17,
17, 15, and like 8.
And 8. Okay. Do they all go to a school that's on the grounds for this? Or is it outside?
They get driven out by chauffeurs to a charter school somewhere in the hills.
Okay, and then back. Alrighty, working out from that. So yeah, I was kind of concerned for that. And are they actually home? Is it a weekday that we're on right now? Or
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's like a Thursday.
Okay.
They're probably they may have after school clubs depending. Probably not the 8-year-old.
Okay,
but so you guys go over to the Blakemore house. It is now dark. The sun has finally actually gone down. You actually hear Clive, the cable truck, getting driven up to the area that you wanted. You sort of you hear an engine, you look, and here it comes.
All right, I'll go meet that guy.
Yeah, so the cable guy who looks just very confused. Hear him under his breath. I'm like, well, at least they're fucking paying me. He says, "You're the guy."
Yeah.
All right. Don't fuck it up.
I won't. Can I have the keys?
Yep. He hands you the keys, and he gets out his phone and, like, dials up an Uber, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He nods at you, pats his side pocket, and kind of paces down towards the entrance, whistling.
All right. I'm going to put on a vest and get the cable finding equipment once he's out of sight.
I am going to real quick Google up Blakemore and just look at photos of him, because if he's a film executive, there's undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Does he look like Mr. X?
No.
Okay.
He is a relatively
Mr. guy holding the mask.
Oh, okay.
He's a pretty fit, clean cut guy with black hair. Looks like just from a cursory Google thing, like he's a avid tennis player.
Okay.
Who perhaps could have gone pro if he wasn't too busy making hand over fist money.
Okay.
He actually did a tech startup many years ago and sold it and used that money to start doing Hollywood film investments.
Okay.
And that's what he's up to. So are you checking their door, or what are you?
Yeah. Check the door. Same procedure.
Yeah. Once again, There's a knock, but there's not a knocker that you can see.
Okay. If you want to talk to get inside the door, we can try that, and I can look. We need to see if they have animal masks too. That's a big.
I mean, I can go do that if you want to go.
Okay.
Be a grounds. But I don't care.
So I can get that because my only problem is I know a lot of my social skills are not outside of swear to me. So unfortunately,
well, don't speak English. Should be fun.
That's like, or I can just do general investigation too. So if you want, what's your social skills?
I'm not good.
Okay.
If it's a living,
I can brainwash people.
Yeah. Yeah. So let him do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you go do that.
Or I'll give you the vest.
All right, I'll go around too and start. Are we tapping into the?
No, I want you to find where the underground place is. So, like, it's got to have air filtration and lights and a bunch of power going in a direction not towards a house.
And again, I can look at that with security investigation. So with the
So find where that's at.
Yeah, so this is going to take a while, but you're going to start figuring out where it is. Though it'll take a while for the process to be over, go ahead and just give me a perception-based investigation check.
All right.
Or security.
By the specialized tools.
Yes. Okay. And so would that be any kind of pluses with the tools?
It's just you can do it.
Okay.
It's possible to do it. You would not be able to do this without proper equipment.
Okay. So I will go ahead and do. All right. So 3, and I can do that's out of 3, so I can do
the electron. Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah.
What'd you get?
This would be 5 on that. So
okay. It's going to take you a while, but you do eventually find something.
Yeah.
While you cannot report this yet because this will take an amount of time in game. You find that there is evidence of power and cable access going to a place underneath the golf course at the country club.
Of course.
Source of evil, of course. If he talks me inside the Blakemore house, I will do the same thing.
Carl Blakemore does answer the door. Mm-hmm. Seems very gung-ho and energetic. Mm-hmm. Hi there. What can I help you with?
Hi, Mr. Blake Marcellus Haberstein. Saison Security Systems. Anyway, Mr. Upshaw has hired us to look into the disturbances you experienced the past
few days. Yes. I hope you guys are successful. It's been quite a pain.
Yes, we're currently looking through the neighborhood and we're setting up surveillance grids, overlapping fields of fire, everything. You guys are safe. Anyway, I was wondering if we could go inside and perhaps discuss what you recall from the night?
Yeah, he looks at his watch. I do have a little bit of time. If there's anything I can do to help you guys out, that'd be great. Why don't you come into the kitchen, make yourself at home. Whiskey's on the sideboard. If you want anything else, there's a full bar.
So I take him inside, you lick the door.
Yeah, I fondle it. Yeah.
You touch the thing.
Yeah.
It's like a point-and-click adventure game for Ross. Touch everything and rub everything against each other.
Yep.
So, again, it is a knock. There's nothing there.
Okay.
And you do see that, like, the knock goes off and, like, a light goes on in an upstairs bedroom.
Okay.
In response, it seems to that.
Okay. Also, now looking through his house for occult artifacts, particularly masks.
All right. Investigation for that with perception. So, what is it specifically that I can help you with? Any questions I'd be glad to answer.
Anything you can recall from the night of the last disturbance?
What's your wariness?
My wariness is high, but 3 currently.
What's your empathy skill?
My empathy is 4.
Okay, so you could make it a 4 for free this scene. If
I will do that.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, let's see. We were fortunate not to have any of the problems last night, but night before, good God, 3 or 4 times, if I remember properly. And I stayed up half the night. It became pointless to try to go back to sleep. I thought I would catch them, yell at them, probably just some kids, but no luck. Didn't see anything. Funny thing, the floodlights didn't go on. They must have been on the fritz or something like that. I did have someone come look at them the next day. Yeah, that's about it. Couldn't see anyone. They got in here real fast and left real fast, quietly, obviously. No lights out in the road of a vehicle. I mean, if I had to guess, I'm guessing that somehow the motion sensors weren't working, and some kids came in either from the street or from the backyard, knocked and ran away. They must be having a great time with this.
So I didn't notice anything about that statement.
There's something a little weird, but you didn't beat him, so.
I will get a 5 on my investigation.
Okay. He definitely does not have cultural artifacts.
Okay.
He has a few signed things from films that he has invested in, but the decor and just sort of the aesthetic of this place is very minimalist and sterile. Really, the only things that are on display here are signifiers of his wealth and success.
Okay. And does he have any pets?
No.
Okay. And does he... Okay. That's different.
So could I get more out of this guy if I tried something else?
Yeah, I mean, you got powers, you got different skills.
I'll try and intimidate them.
Interesting. All right.
He's a parent, right?
He is a parent. Oh, boy.
Do you know where your children are?
Do you care about your kids? Yeah.
Are you sure that's all you can remember, Mr. Blakemore?
I mean... Yeah, I mean, when I got home, I tried going to bed. I was very tired. Woke up by the first knock. Got almost asleep. The second one just screwed my chances of sleeping at all. And I stayed up to listen for the others and still couldn't see anyone, catch anyone.
Well, my immediate suspicion would be children from your student school. Do you monitor their online activities?
Monitor the... He's a little flustered. Not especially. They're into the video games and things like that.
But the chat features, you know who they're speaking to on them, correct? You've erected a firewall in your house to restrict access to certain sites?
Caleb, why don't you roll a luck check? That is just 3 dice.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens with that.
Not good! -2.
So what he says is, I believe that my wife has done something like that. She is more into the computer side of things than I am here at home. I really sort of relish the opportunity to not engage overly much online. I didn't have I did have good success in the tech sector, but it was not good for my mental health.
Well, I understand. It's just we can't see any motivation between the people that have looked besides proximity. Perhaps someone has a boyfriend or a girlfriend who's trying to come by and the security has been disabled by your children. Perhaps they've developed an online stalker. Perhaps it's some form of bullying. And I wouldn't really understand. So you sure you can't remember anything else? Because I'm seeking motivation here, but...
Okay. So because you're mentioning his kids and all these scenarios of his kids possibly being in danger, I'd like you to roll a charisma-based intimidation check.
Yes. So Terrify would not be the... Would I use Terrify here?
No, that's using your powers as a gun.
Okay.
To make him...
All right. Well...
Unless that's what you want.
No.
Do you realize...
Maybe?
You realize they've gotten into the Fortnite? The Fortnite's going to really screw them on.
They'll never go to college now.
You don't need to go Batman over this yet.
So my Intimidate is 2. I got a 1. Sorry, it's going to be based on my charisma base. So it's a 4 currently, and I will spend 2 more.
Oh my god. All right. So
this is complete sword to me.
What you get is that obviously he hadn't fully thought about these kind of reasons.
Well, he's not a security expert. It's
and he does not like that implication. And while he's not just going to break and tell you whatever it was he wasn't going to tell you, what you can divine from it is that the idea of his kids getting involved with something dangerous externally, like some sort of bullying or stalking or in fact, or a boyfriend or girlfriend, he reacted really similarly to all those things. Stalking, bullying, boyfriend or girlfriend, all equally bad, all equally scary.
For impropriety reasons? Or can I divide a motivation for that? Okay.
He clearly feels that all 3 of those things are wildly unacceptable, and he is caught off guard by not having considered them seriously enough.
Okay.
And there is something about that night that he's not telling you, but sadly, without some other method of getting that out, whatever it is clearly worth a lot for him to not tell you.
Let's see here. These kids are not here right now.
You can actually hear, like, cartoons blasting from an upstairs room.
Okay.
It's dark, like...
Yeah.
Actually, probably at least 2 of them are home. The older teen might be at, like, a job.
You can do the basement trick?
Well, wait, are there any toys in the area?
Not in the... Like, that's obsessively cleaned up by staff over and over again, but maybe in the kids' room, if you can come up with a reason to go there.
Yeah.
So you have a basement?
Yeah.
I do the basement. You know, sometimes people knock on the door so they can go through an exterior basement window.
Okay, sure. Yeah. It's a good argument.
They're there to steal your mesh routers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have Fernando take you down. Give me just a minute.
Oh, Fernando.
And so...
and we'll see if there's any toys.
He summons a staff member, and you are led to a basement that...
Just... I'm getting back of it.
No, the game is real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
There's a package.
Just a package. All right.
Not just nothing. GM advice, do not call up that which you cannot banish. So, yeah, a staff member does lead you to the basement, which, again, is like a big old effing theater. You wonder which person's envy made them copy the other person's, home
Is
theater.
there a bar down
prestige. Yeah. There is.
Go touch the bar. If he was screwing around with his wife, he was probably drunk.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
Doing something that would justify a lie that's not
Yeah.
subterranean golf course sex dungeon.
Yeah.
Name my high school scout.
Yeah, that's a really good... it's a good
One of us had to do it, so...
So this one, you get Carl, sleeves rolled up, tie quite loose, pouring himself a drink. He's very flushed, and you can see on his rolled up shirt sleeves that there are some smears of blood as he drinks this Manhattan that he pours himself.
But he's not injured.
No.
I don't see any cuts or bruises around his face. Okay.
He seems to be calming himself down with a drink.
Okay. There's no weapons or tools or anything in the vision?
No, but you do, as he walks away, from the vision, you might catch something, so give me an awareness check.
Okay. That's just perception.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. 4. Would making it 5 be better? Probably. Yeah, it will be. I will make it a 5.
So out of 5, you hear the jingle of keys in his pocket as he moves away from the bar. He apparently went directly from his car to pour himself a drink without hanging up his keys first.
Okay.
Or he was getting ready to go somewhere.
Okay.
One or the other.
He's getting ready to go somewhere. So
Or he just got back.
Got back. Is there anything? Is there like dirt on his shoes or anything?
No.
Okay. So there's blood on his clothes. Is it like a lot of blood or just a few spatters?
Not a ton.
Okay.
Not like he got in a knife fight with someone or anything.
Okay. But he could have moved a body depending on how much blood was on the body. Or punched somebody, or been near someone who got shot or stabbed or something like that.
Sure.
Because we've just been a witness. We don't know. Any toys?
In the basement?
Yeah.
Roll luck.
Okay.
Let's see how good a job the staff have been doing.
0.
Okay. After a while, you find, under a couch, like a, Game Boy 3DS.
Okay. I give that a vision.
Okay. You see the 12-year-old Kaylee playing some sort of game, Phoenix Wright maybe, and you get the sense that she is down here to avoid her parents arguing.
Okay.
But you don't get the specifics of what.
Okay. Well, that's stands for that's all right. sadly too common. But so no, all right, no smoking gun about the secret. But we do have a better sense. Can we also look at the garage? That's another common point of entry.
Yes, if somebody tampered with the motion sensors, it'd probably be with the circuit breaker, which is no doubt in your garage. Correct, Fernando?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, take us up there. We'll take a look.
Yeah.
All right.
See if it's been tampered with.
All right.
Right this way. He takes you up the stairs and around where the communicating door goes out into the gigantic garage.
Okay.
It's fully lit and finished.
Ooh.
Really nice.
All right. Go just lightly caress the cars.
Yeah, okay.
Open your secrets, Martin.
There's a gigantic gas-guzzling SUV.
I'm looking at a circuit board, pretending I know what it does.
Giant gas-guzzling SUV, and you, with concentrating on the time of the knock, you do see a very flushed, pupil-dilated, elevated-looking Carl Blakemore pull the car into the garage and come out. The bloodstains are on his sleeves, and he rolls them up and proceeds into the house.
Okay. Did I see anything in the car that would be unusual in the vision? Like, again, a weapon, a tool, clothing,
Yeah, where do they do laundry? Is there a mudroom?
Yeah.
When you come out of the vision and you're looking at the car, you note that it matches the car, that this is the car of the two presently in the garage that has a permanent parking pass for the country club.
All right. So this happened at the country club. All right.
So we're in the garage, right? Is there a mud room? Is there a laundry room?
Yeah, actually attached. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Touch that.
Yeah.
Touch that. We need to check your washing machine for
I don't suppose the
bugs.
Yeah. I don't suppose there's a bloody shirt.
That's going to be a deception check.
I don't know. I don't actually say that.
Sometimes they'll actually try to loosen up the gas nozzles in order to gas and make people fall unconscious under a little bit of carbon monoxide poisoning to make sure.
I asked Fernando to show me where they take out the trash. Often stalkers will go through trash to learn personal information
There
about
you
targets.
go. There you go. Yeah, he'll do that.
All right. So while he's doing
Fernando and I are going to go do that.
That doesn't even take a check. He's that makes sense.
All right. Laundry. Yeah. Especially, it would be great if the bloody shirt was in there, but if not.
Yeah, I'm looking through the trash with the bloody shirt.
Yeah.
But,
Yep. So, Brett, you're going to need to roll a horror check. Because
I like this game mechanic. Throw Ross into the maw of sanity-rending madness.
it's very carpeted for us.
Well, I have this one to 5, so I can just set that to a +1.
Or you can re-roll it.
+2.
Well, I can re-roll it. Yeah.
Okay.
What attribute is on focus? So that's a 6.
Okay. You stand to lose 3 sanity off that.
Well, I can spend 2 points of strength, or my temp strength, because my discipline's at 5.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep, so you're good again.
Yeah.
But you see that Carl has washed his own bloody clothes on numerous occasions here after getting out of his car.
Oh, great. He's a very bad man.
He's really good at laundry, too.
Well,
That's not easy to get out.
And you see that he actually does have, in a locked cupboard, the stuff that you need to get blood out of clothes.
Shit, he's outclassing the maids.
If I can use it,
Limit
private window.
everything.
How to get blood out.
Yeah.
Use the VPN. Okay, this is, he is a very bad man.
That seems
And
to
the
be way
investigation
that
was
things are going.
no secret
Yeah.
doors in the basement, so he's got to drive there, right? So
Yeah, so that is what it seems like.
All right. I will, of course, after that say, okay, yeah. We better go, boss. Goodbye.
Yep. And at about this point, you head out, and this would be about the time, Charles, that you determined that there's some sort of secret installation under the golf course.
That's what we're going for. So Actually, because we're kind of determining it too, because I was using that through basically just a signal tapper or a multimeter.
Yeah, you were sort of seeing where like large amounts of electricity or cable or air filtration and blah blah blah, and like it's all pointing at that there is some sort of like finished installation underneath the course.
So looking at kind of am I getting a general like just a general diagram of where some of the power lines are going underneath the
I would assume it's a little bit generalized, but yeah,
we can at least hunt it to a termination point. And look for an entrance.
So look at that, or possibly before we go in there.
It's getting dark too, right?
It
is dark now.
So, but possibly maybe with a luck check, finding a junction box that we might be able to tap in, put a tap on. Would that be a possibility?
Well, I mean, tapping what? We don't know.
Well, if there was a private security feed for the closed circuit television, so. And since that's all going to be
offline.
They have
cameras in the murder basement.
So would it be a possibility of finding a junction box that we could tap into?
Yeah, that would be a perception-based investigation check.
All right. So both of those are at 3. Hey.
Well, you made my guy.
The wiring is so inefficient. They're losing so many ohms.
Why aren't you not?
The ohms.
Why aren't you using optical cabling, you assholes? That's going to be a 4, unless I don't push it, which for that I could I add mental stress onto that to push that up?
What's your skill in investigation?
3.
You could do a reroll, you could spend up to 3 mental.
3 mental, so one shot, let's have fun with this. 5.
Okay. You find a junction box. It may well be that whatever sort of security feed is maybe going through here. So you can attempt to use security to try to intercept that.
Can do.
It's a good idea, Charles?
I'm good. Okay, I will stop for a second and I will go and feed like, hey, I think I may have found a point of entry. Do you want me to tap it to see if we can get a monitor on this?
I would like you to do that and not cause an alarm.
I feel like I have the skill to do that.
Okay, all right. If that's the case, I'm going to go through the cable truck and find one of those tool satchels and use it to conceal a submachine gun.
That seems good.
Can you put the MP4 in there as well? I'd appreciate that.
Yes, I will have a Satchel O automatic weapons.
Yep.
All right,
I'll put my
Kevlar
vest on it.
Is that going to be also perception as well for the security check?
That's dexterity.
That's dexterity, okay. So that's 3 as well. All right.
See it happen.
And I have re-rolls too, so we're...
Yeah, no, it's great.
So that's going to be 4, and would it be the same to...
What's your security skill?
3.
So you can do a reroll, you can spend up to 3 physical strain.
Physical strain. I haven't spent anything from that yet, so, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good for combat, too. But yeah, no, spend 3.
I got 15. I got 15 bonus in combat, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So what did you end up with?
That's going to be a 5 then, so...
Okay. You tap into it. Now, I actually must admit some ignorance of, like the specific technological, workings of this, how you would get your information.
So, depending on, and, this is kind of a little bit BS, but if you have an actual, since it's a closed circuit on there, some of those would have, that's, basically wires that you could go into. So, if you kind of, it's probably the incorrect term for this one, but kind of make a vampire tap towards it and redirect the signal, splicing it. So if somebody were to come across that and with a signal tracer, they could see somebody's put something on here because it's a bad spreading, this leaking signal.
So you're sort of hoping that they don't have that level of expertise.
Exactly, too. That they just think nobody's going to crack this, and then we can basically put a feed into it. So it's a monitor.
Okay.
Well, it's also how quickly they notice it.
Yeah, that's true.
And do you have some sort of equipment to immediately be looking at what's streaming?
I would actually say that since we have they had the cable truck that we went there, they would be able to do that because we're sensing, getting into feeds and a monitor just to make sure that the signal's strong. So, if you will allow that BS,
I'm not going to say no.
Yeah,
don't look at me.
All right. So this is going to be... Well, he already got a good result. So yeah, you can bring the equipment over and you can sort of make a judgment about how long you want this to go on before you remove whatever was going on and get some information.
Okay.
Right, but everyone wear yellow vests. vest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all in yellow vests. So.
Everyone wear the cloak of invisibility.
Also, making sure there's a connection to a maybe a laptop off to the side so we can start downloading.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the screen. I'm looking around to see who's
okay. So I guess I'm the only one
sticking with the cable.
Yeah, I have my alert spirits.
Yeah. So, Charles.
This is what I'm here for in this podcast. Don't worry.
There's a lot of rooms under the golf course, and there are people in a lot of them, and they look very run down and horrified, and there are some corpses down there too. You're looking at the evidence of some sort of really dark and lurid human trafficking operation. So you roll a horror check against the despair of seeing this. I don't know if you're a stability or discipline build, but it's whichever one's higher.
Discipline build.
So that's going to be focus-based check.
A focus-based check on... Okay, so 3 and discipline's at 2.
Okay, so roll dice plus 3, and you can spend up to 3 mental if you need to.
All right. And that's built when I'm building the one that's going off of my focus, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. Gee, man, 4 on an unaltered roll.
Okay.
So.
You stand to lose 3 sanity. You can spend mental strain to block it.
Okay.
So that would fill up his lightly wounded bro.
Okay, so how much mental strain would I have to spend to block that?
Do you have an acuity bonus?
Just 1.
Okay, that means for each mental strain that you spend, you block 2 points of sanity damage.
Okay, and how much was I losing in
3.
this?
You stood to lose 3. So you can spend 2 and get rid of all, or spend 1 and just take 1.
I'll take at least 1 mental damage, because that's still horrifying, so...
Yeah, so that's what you see. I assume that once you get that evidence, you start to cover your tracks?
Yeah, so unplugging everything, making sure that this is at least hooked up in a way where the signal can't boost, and make sure this is all recorded to the laptop, so we have evidence of this.
Sure.
And that's off of my... Was that off of my clarity or my sanity?
Sanity.
Sanity, got it. Okay. Gotcha. And so you need to get the fuck out of here right now.
Well,
yeah,
we need to...
that's interesting, because now is about the time that you were agreeing to start, staking out the neighborhood. So, yeah, you get all your equipment packed up, and I assume that you pass this information along?
I'm not showing them, but unless they want to see it, but holy God, this is bad, guys. This is really bad.
So what's our play here? We need to put a stop to this, because... No. My theory is that there's some sort of the misery and pain they're causing is somehow interfacing with whatever artifacts they're smuggling. And
well, we can try and find our way in via the golf course, but we don't know where the entrance is. But we also know a man that knows where the entrance is.
Yeah, Mr. Blakemore.
We could
persuade him?
That's a word for it.
Yeah. I would have no problem with that.
But that's going to put a clock on what we do.
Yeah.
As he will be seen as missing.
Yeah. Why don't we... Well, we haven't looked at the third house yet. We could do that. See if there's any...
Cat Instagrammer?
Yeah. Well, we don't know why they're targeting... One house had wooden animal masks, and the animal reacted to it. The second house is a, murderer. The third house, maybe they have other artifacts, or maybe...
And you also have not...
we also don't know.
You have not also looked at the central point that you identified on the map either.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's go to let's check that part of the backyard first.
But it could also be... the murderers could be mentioned, because we didn't talk to the relief quarterback.
That's true.
Perhaps the wife doesnn't know.
Yeah.
Can be part of whatever Eyes Wide Shut.
Well, I mean, yeah. So there's something. We'll look at the backyard. Was there anything underground that we could tell from that particular area?
Which area?
The triangulated.
We just know it's central.
All you know is that it's in the backyard of a house that was not reporting any incidents with knocking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but there's no, but there was no unusual power or anything like that. That we don't think there's part of it.
Not from what you saw. No.
Okay, and so it's pretty far from the golf course.
Yes.
Okay.
You would have to drive to the golf course if you didn't want a long walk.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go and take a look at that backyard.
Okay. How are you handling that? Are you just trespassing, or
I'll be up. Streetlights are out, right?
Yeah.
No, because you dimmed the streetlights on the one that
it's not there.
is
Okay.
both the
it's fine. I'm fine.
Blakemore
I can knock.
and Stevenson houses. This one is next door is a funny term for things that have yards this size, but it is technically next door to the Williams house.
Yeah, but he doesn't fucking know how grids work, so
Yeah.
I'll just tell him that lines are underground. So yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll back you up on this.
You knock on the door, and interestingly, the door just sort of swings open a little bit, like it wasn't quite closed all the way. What do you do?
Hello? Billy?
Comcast!
You say hello, and you hear a cat meow from deeper in the house.
Like a normal cat?
This isn't the Instagram cat.
It is not.
Oh, so it's a lowly
Non-celebrity cat.
non-celebrity cat.
I will...
Are you looking for the place in the backyard?
First I'm going to use psychometry on the door.
Just the door right where he is at?
Yeah, the front door, yeah.
Okay. Nothing.
Okay. Alright. Nothing unusual happened here.
You go check the back.
Okay.
Charles and I will
Alright, yeah.
see if everyone's okay.
I'll go to the backyard.
Cable guy, probable cause.
Yeah.
I take out an SMG and just walk in.
Oh my god.
Are you actually going with the gun?
No, I've got the...
I mean, that's
I've got my hand in the satchel.
Drawing is a one initiative action.
Yeah, I've got my hand in the satchel.
Or you can just...
I will blow through
You
the
can
satchel.
also hip fire for a -1. You can draw and fire in one action. It's just a little less action.
I can take mine off and just make you as the excuse that...
I'll just put my hand in the satchel.
We still need deniability in case someone forgot their...
So we'll sort of cut back and forth between you guys.
So I will have it on a ready, though.
Are the lights on in the house?
In the house? Yes.
Okay.
Some of them. Not all, but there are lights on.
It's not totally out. All right, so I'm heading to the backyard. I got my flashlight.
Okay.
And I'm just sort of jogging.
You're sort of cross-checking the map, and it's a ways off
big backyard.
of a walk, but you do see that there is some sort of utility shed next to a nice little garden.
Okay.
It looks like he does gardening, or whoever the resident of this house is does gardening in the spare time, and there is a probably garden tools type shed pretty dead on to where you triangulated the center of this phenomenon to be.
Okay. So I'll definitely check out the shed while you guys are doing that. Also, your priest, if there are any photos on the wall, see if our mystery crate man is in any of them.
Okay.
We don't know who lives here. So, anyways.
So what am I... If I'm setting my frostiness to maximum.
Sure. Yeah. You have an awareness. Yeah, you always can boost if you have an awareness.
Yeah, we'll go.
You don't hear much. You do, after going into the house for just a few paces, actually, a big old fluffy Norwegian forest cat pads around a corner and looks at you suspiciously and then meows at you and walks up to you. Unless you do something, it's going to do that thing where it threads itself around your leg.
I'm fine with that, I guess.
And then it goes and looks up at you and plaintively meows at you again.
I go further into the house.
You see a nice little, past the kitchen, a nice little cat area with the automatic refreshing of the water and automatic food dispensing and litter robot situation.
Yeah, God forbid you engage with the thing.
But the food has run out in the thing. It looks at the food and looks at you and meows again.
Oh, you just ate through one sitting. Fine.
I will find the cat food after I sweep the premises.
Actually, while we're going through that...
Priorities.
By chance, do these guys have one of the Wi-Fi enabled cat dispensers that has a camera on it?
Not a hacking moment.
Yeah.
No, not hacking.
Find the monster that killed whoever lived here.
Yeah.
Not a hacking moment.
Oh, not hacking. Not hacking. Just seeing if there's something that would have been recording, or maybe is still on. That's if they're watching us. So.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
They might have a security
to look about if there's any sort of security setup. That's fine.
Okay.
Eventually, Clive, you're going to run across a really kind of ostentatious, like family portrait for rich people style thing.
Yeah.
Of just a dude holding this cat, and
that's it. He just took a glamour shot with his cat?
Yes, he did.
He blasted out his perm. Okay.
And he matches exactly the description that Brett gave you of the person who was cataloging details about the animal mask. Very blonde, pale skin, blue eyes.
So this is the antiques dealer guy. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And you know, if you want to like look back at maybe the registry or some sort of documentation you're provided, you see that this is the Hennig house. Someone named Jürgen Hennig lives here.
Totally not evil name.
Wow.
I'm Norwegian, that hurts.
Oh, come on. Jürgen? Give me a... My name is Klaus. Like, give me a break.
And
We've all seen movies.
We just lost all the Klaus Patreon supporters. Thanks, Caleb.
I am Klaus Damien Rathbone. Totally pleasant person.
Klaus Deathblood, daycare proprietor.
Do they or I smell anything unusual? Like, I don't know, a rotting corpse or anything?
Not as yet, no.
Just wanted to...
we have the earpieces, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I message to Brett. Evil antiquarian weirdo lived here with a cat.
Yep.
And I assume there's artifacts I can denote as old around the house.
Yeah, with not too much looking. You can see that he has various things surprisingly out in the open. So he didn't expect to be checked in on, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And your guess is that probably not all of these are like legitimate things he's researching for museums, because there would not be so many.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a collector.
I'm checking every room of this house.
Okay.
With him in tow.
Yeah.
Not hack the cat Wi-Fi.
I wasn't. I've already checked, but
the next thing of note, like, the place is pretty dead. Like, there are a few lights that are left on, but like something you do note is that his computer is on, asleep, and the speakers, a relatively good speaker system connected to the computer, also powered on but muted.
He's got Spotify open on the feed.
And
that'll do it.
And you said your vigilance is like super good, right? 5.
My awareness is 5. Yeah.
So your vigilance is boosted by 3.
Vigilance is 2. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're at 5. You note on the mute button on the sound system at the computer, there is a smear of a sort of pinkish something with like a milky opacity to it.
Brett, I need you to touch something.
Hold on, I'm at the check.
Brett, got some weird shit in here you gotta touch.
Might be frosting, we can't tell.
Meow.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Meow.
Do I have a piece of jerky in my pocket?
Roll luck. I mean, sure, if you want, you can feed the cat something.
Wow, that was like the most... roll. Do you want jerky? Roll luck for it. You better hope it's kosher.
You just have it.
That's fine. Yes.
Yeah, so just
you have some sort of snack that you can share with
sodium's
the cat.
not good for him, but okay.
I mean, he's probably real hungry. There's no cat door. Like, there was no way for him to get out.
Yeah, so let's just...
And kill neighborhood vermin.
Here we go. Here we go, buddy.
All right, so what's next?
What have I gotten to the shed yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I look in.
Padlocked, no windows.
Okay. Do we have a crowbar or something? We need to get this padlock off.
There's probably something in the cable truck.
Okay. I will rush back to the cable truck, grab a crowbar.
Meanwhile, inside.
Yeah.
I will, with my finger, hit the space bar and turn the screen on to see what's on there.
There is a
not the mute button.
There's like
stay muted.
There's a sound. There's like a sound player, like a VLC or some other form of like iPlay MP3s thing open, playing a loop of a untitled file.
Yeah. Nope.
What?
Nope.
Come on, I've been rubbing my face in the Super NES.
What if it's a fucking basilisk thing and I go all fucking crazy with the SMG? That's not good, OPSEC.
Let me take your...
It'd be one thing if I was like random FBI agent and not a fucking telekinetic super
Okay,
impact.
Fine. Here, let me take...
I would be reasonably cautious.
Let me take the SMG.
As the person who professionally brainwashes people.
Let me take the SMG. I'll keep it trained on you. I'll just knock you out.
Comforting.
Well,
That's the best I have, Caleb.
Well, speakers have a headphone jack, so somebody could have earbuds and plug. One person could have the
One person without a gun.
Brett, need you in here.
You want no? I
Come on and open the door.
I fell on my grenade already.
Yeah. So
So is the house clear? I can come back to the computer.
Yeah, it's just a cat.
All right.
It's
There's just a cat in the whole place.
It's a hungry, lonely cat.
So there's no basement, no secret doors down there.
There is a basement. There are no secret doors.
Okay.
This cat wasn't all that into secrecy. There's like a bunch of stolen shit down there.
Okay. Did I find like a log or anything like that?
Yeah, he's got like big old tax
Ledgers,
ledger size
yeah.
stuff, like in a very meticulous hand. Several of them.
We steal that shit.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, I go back upstairs. Brett, how's it?
Have I got the
How's it
crowbar
going out there,
Yeah.
Brett?
All right.
Yeah, you've jogged your way back. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
And I'll need you to make a might check with vitality. Eventually, you'll probably get it up, but how loud is it? How long are you taking?
Is anybody better at this might stuff?
I have 3 on my...
I don't have any in mind, so...
Do you want me to come out there?
Yeah, Charlie, this is more your
Fine, I'll come out here. Go listen to the Doom file.
All right. Well, actually, before he does that, before I leave the shed, I will touch the door to see if I pick up anything just on the outer door.
Yeah, you see Jurgen in and out of this place, looking real stressed out, and then later you see him in and out of this place looking less stressed out.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'll go back.
Where were his keys at?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did I see where he put his key?
In his pocket. I mean,
Alright,
he walks out from the house.
Okay.
Until we find his corpse.
Yeah, his corpse is not here. I'll go to the computer while he gets the door open. So I guess you need to make the.
It's like, did anyone have any bolt cutters in there?
No.
Crowbar is the best you can do. You have to pry the facing up.
I mean, it's pretty fucked up. Cable company's got bolt cutters. I mean, Comcast probably does.
Yeah.
But
why'd you cancel your service? No!
Oh my god.
Tell us!
God, that was the most Kafkaesque nightmare ever. I mean, I don't blame the guy. He was probably going to lose his job if he didn't do that script, but
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, so you two switch places.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will be.
Change places!
I will be in the hallway, a relative distance away. I'm covering you.
All right. Yeah. Sure. Thanks. All right. I'll listen to the spooky file first. I'll turn
You're
the
going
speaker.
to turn on the
Don't
speakers?
touch the
or are you
pink
gonna-
shit first.
what are you doing? Are you
All right,
touching this up? Are you turning the thing back on? Are you putting
I'll
headphones
touch
on
the
it?
thing first.
Caleb.
Okay. You see Jargon again. This time, you see his eyes are dilated so much that they're almost completely black. And he is sweating heavily, and the sweat has a pink cast to it.
Yeah.
And you see him muting the thing that was playing that you hear in a distorted way as sort of a repetitious, almost robotic sounding thing. It's not music. And
Is it people chanting?
you know what? It sounds like a text-to-speech voice more than anything else. And he hits the mute button and leaves the smear. And there's just sort of a sense of the unnatural about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what sweat looks like.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about just his face that's not what a human is supposed to look like, even though the features are all the same. And I need you to roll against horror.
Ross, I think this...
The unnatural. Do you have knowledge, Eldritch?
I do.
Keep that in mind, because that is a 2 damage reduction for this.
Okay, Ross, I'm thinking that you shouldn't listen to this guy's homemade ASMR.
Yes.
Just don't.
Thanks. So this is focus.
Yep.
I'll take that at a +1 because my discipline's 5, so that's a 5.
Okay. You stand to lose 3, although you actually only stand to lose 1 because you've got 2 ranks.
I use one of my temp.
Okay.
Cool, so.
Yeah, you're extremely good at handling this kind of thing. You've seen a lot of shit. You've seen
I
shit
wanted you to touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where you're at with that.
All right. I'll look into his computer for some sort of text to speech thing.
He has a program for it.
Yeah, I look at the source text.
Look at his recent documents or whatever. It is a phonetic rendering of something that I don't know if you know. Someone can make a focus-based knowledge occult check or knowledge history.
I have knowledge occult.
All right.
So.
Yeah, I have a one. So.
Boy.
Well, I get a reroll because I have knowledge occult at 4. Let's see here.
You still swap for +1.
Yeah, it's +1, so I have 5.
Okay. It is a phonetic rendering of ancient Akkadian being read by a text-to-speech voice in the file. And you go through the program a little bit, and you see that he exported something called Untitled 1, which is what's currently playing on the loop, but is muted.
Okay. What do I know about ancient Akkadian or this invocation?
This is a ritual incantatory set intended to cleanse people of their sins and make them less able to be preyed upon by supernatural evil. The legend, the Catholic mysticism thing of the Sin Eater is thought to actually arise from these ancient Akkadian rituals. Where dough would be rubbed across the skin of a sinner and would absorb the sin, and then they would burn the dough.
Okay.
To starve or attack the entity that feeds on it.
So that phlegmy substance is actually probably like sin made liquid, in theory.
Maybe, something like that.
Yeah.
There's something going on.
Yeah, or some sort of supernatural corruption. So he was worried about something supernatural coming after him.
Well, we might want to unmute those speakers.
Yeah.
When it suits us.
Yeah.
Just bring that laptop.
Yeah. Copy the file.
Okay. Yeah. You can just take the MP3.
Yeah. And of course the phonetic pronunciation and everything like that.
Print it off or get it on your phone or whatever. Yeah.
All right. What's in the shed?
So
just to see how fast you get in, you will get in.
Oh yeah. So for
vitality based,
and
might skill
and 3. So I will.
What's your vitality?
3.
So you're rolling on a 3.
Yeah.
You get the reroll. You can spend strain. We'll see what's up.
All right. So that would be at a 2. So I'm going to reroll one of them. Do I reroll
all the dice? And if it's worse, you don't have to take it.
Okay. And it's actually better, so that's going to be at 4.
Okay. Yeah, you just bust the thing off. It's not... He didn't really expect anyone to come here. And you see the evidence in the dirt floor of this shed of something being buried and unburied just over and over and over and over again. There are tons of different holes all over the floor of this place. Dugout filled in, dugout filled in, dugout filled in. And sitting in the bottom of one of these holes is a lacquered-looking wooden box. About,
Damn it.
It's pretty large. It's half a beach ball size.
Mm-hmm.
Inlaid with, a bunch of carvings and... very well preserved, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And very solid looking.
Yeah, gentlemen, we do have contact with an artifact out here. Please come out.
Brett?
Yeah. I know, Clyde. I know.
Need you outside, Brett.
I know.
Need you to tongue a box.
Yep. Go fondle the box.
Okay.
Logistically, so he's probably just keep you in a central place and bring stuff to you.
That's actually what he does when he's not in the field. He literally has the most relaxing office ever.
Yeah.
And they have him come in for shifts of just touching stuff and telling them about it.
It's just ocean sounds in the background, cousin.
Yeah. Whale songs. Yeah.
White noise generator constantly going.
Yeah. White noise machine. We live in a post-racial America. The free market will see the good outcomes for everyone.
What kind of white noise?
Oh, okay. Anyway.
So, I will go look at the box.
So, you can see Jurgen again looking partway along in where you saw him in the vision with the mask versus when you saw him turn off the speakers, turning the box over and over in his hands. Listening to it, shaking it very, very carefully and listening to it really closely, probing parts of it with his fingers, and you see that he is more or less approaching it as a puzzle box that he is trying to solve.
Okay.
And near the end of the vision, he does find one panel that pushes in a bit.
Okay.
And that's all you see.
Okay. I explained this to him. It's like, should I push the
Does
panel?
Hellraiser exist in this universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
My character has perfect motivation for not seeing what the box does.
Yeah.
We don't need to know what's in the box.
Let's put that in the bag with the laptop, the big bag of nope, and
drive out and call in other people to stop the sex ring.
Okay.
No, let's
End the day.
go kill everyone inside that
Murder
sex basement. Yeah,
And then leave.
yeah.
Okay.
Because this is a deniable, like, this was our Cezanne as a front company anyway. We can just walk away from this. Yes. So we don't have to get paid necessarily if it's really bad, and it's really bad.
Okay.
Lights out for you.
Yeah.
So you see, as you exit this house, the Blakemore's motion floodlights turn on.
Do we see anything?
Not from the back, no.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. We just
We're
saw
on
the
the other
lights.
side.
Okay. Let's drive over there and see what it is.
Well, we're going to have to run over there.
Yeah.
All right, you hoof it and tell me your vigilance. I assume yours is good at 5.
Mm-hmm.
Mine would be a 3 because of...
I'm feeling generally keyed up.
Mine said 3.
Okay. You all see, scrawled across the garage door in black spray paint in big all caps letters, "I know what you are," has been graffitied there. And Clive, you see a slight figure in a black hoodie running around back.
So I will run after it.
Make an athletics.
Somebody want to run the other direction?
Yeah, I'll
cut it off.
Okay, those are athletics checks with speed, which is a derived attribute based on your vitality.
Do I see the spray can?
Okay.
No.
So
All right,
am I
I'll touch-
rolling
well,
dexterity or vitality?
It's speed, which is the average of those two.
Okay, so
Okay, so speed. All right, so
I'm going to touch
And
the
I'm at
paint,
3.
but that'll take a second.
Yeah.
I can re-roll that one, right? As on my 3?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that again.
I have a 2, but I will spend 2 strain to make it a 4.
Okay.
And I get a 4 on my second roll.
Fun times. So here's a mechanic. Players automatically lose ties unless they spend 1 strain of the corresponding type, in which case they automatically win ties.
Okay.
You both tied him.
Oh.
So you can spend a physical to catch him or not
Do we
spend a
need?
physical to not
Do
catch
we
him.
both need to spend 1, or just,
If you want to catch him or not.
I spent a physical already because I had a
I'll-
level 2, so I could spend 3 strain.
I'll help,
and I
so,
will spend
yeah.
2
Okay,
strain.
Alright.
yeah, so you guys managed to corner and stop this figure who seems,
Comcast!
who seems very shocked to have been discovered and also really timid. Didn't expect any actual confrontation. Seeing him up close, he's a lot shorter than you. Looks like a teenager.
like hoodie off? Like,
Yeah, you recognize him from portraits in the Blakemore house. It's Jack, the 17-year-old son.
kid,
He was going around back probably to go into his own house.
Yeah.
kid, what the fuck are you doing?
I can't talk about it. I can't tell you about that, man. Like, who are you even? Like, what are you gonna? Don't you? Do you know who my dad is? Don't kill me. Like it's bad news, man. Just let me go. I'm going back in my own house. This is my yard.
Jack, come on. We're not here now. We're not here now, Jack.
It's just obviously very flustered. So what are you trying to get out of him? What are you trying to do?
So presence then.
Oh yeah, just
do the
presence is
presence.
fine.
Yeah. Unearthly charisma.
Hello, fellow youths. You know?
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess I should roll before I make my pitch.
Yeah.
So what am I rolling again? Sorry, charisma 3, but I have a rank. This is the presence. I have a rank 2 in presence. Okay. So -1. So I'm at 2, but then I have a +1, so 3, and then I can spend strain, and I will spend 3 strain.
Okay.
So 6.
Yeah, that's successful in terms of calming him down. At least telling him what you're here for.
Jack, I am interested as why you spray painted this on your father's garage door. I'm here to believe you. I don't work for your father.
Well,
If you need some help, son, we're here.
I heard that the people the cops are here.
Yeah.
I heard that the people at the club hired someone to come look at the knocking, and I know that the knocking is like the least of the fucking worries here, and I was hoping to get their attention and like get them to look at my dad.
Oh, we're looking at your dad, Jack.
He dry swallows. It's like,
You're not in trouble here, son, but we kind of need to know what's going on.
I mean, my fucking dad looks at fucking snuff porn on his computer is what's going on. And he's like out all the time at night and like comes back in the middle of the night. He's a real piece of shit, as it turns out. And like, I can't like get emancipated or I'm going to lose my trust fund. And so I'm just waiting to turn 18 and get the fuck out of here. But I heard that like people were actually, who weren't part of the club, were going to be here and I wanted them to see.
We see now, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack, you old enough to drive?
Yeah.
What time of night is it?
We've been at it for a few hours, so it's summer, so you're probably like in like the 11, maybe even later than that, maybe like 11:45 midnight type area.
Hey, is your dad in the house now?
I don't know. Like, honestly, if he's not talking to me, I keep my head down.
Why don't you take you and your brother and sister out for ice cream or something?
It sounds like maybe my mom wants to come with us.
Yeah. Late night ice cream trip, that's the best kind of ice cream trip. Don't you agree, Jack? It's such a surprise. A treat for the whole family.
I need something for this because it's like he's not...
Oh, I'm not trying to make him fake actually go out for get out.
No. I know that. He's not...
He picks up on something.
He's amenable to like what you want, but this is so fucking scary that like... if you want to make some sort of check to help him be steady, I would take that. Because otherwise he's going to be really messy about it because he's just like practically shitting himself.
So, all right. So, Jack, you need to protect yourself and your family, right? But you know what you've seen is wrong, right?
Yes.
And you're doing the best you can, but you got to keep yourself safe. But I bet that feels like cowardice in your heart. I bet it feels like you're not doing enough. And I want you to know, son, that's not the case. You're a hero here. And you've done what you need to do. And there's just one last step to keep your family safe because, trust me, at the end of this, your father is not going to disinherit you. We'll take care of it from here. You've done your job.
To amend the will.
Okay. I'll go in and
Mom's going to be an executor.
I guess I'm going to wake him up like one at a time and try to be quiet about it or whatever.
Oh, we can go in with you. We can talk to your dad. Don't worry. We'll make it safe. We'll make it sound okay.
We got it.
Okay. So he's like going to go in.
So you go in. We'll be in there shortly after. So don't worry if you hear a knock on the door.
He gets a weird look on his face.
That's just me.
From that
It's
phrase.
just me. I'm talking to your dad.
Okay. So he goes.
All right. So I'm going to go to the front door. You guys with me?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. Black bagging this guy. Knock.
Okay. It's a weird time of night.
Yep.
Just a minute. He seems a little groggy.
Mm-hmm.
You see Carl Blakemore in a bathrobe opening up the door. Like, what do you need?
Mr. Blakemore, you've been vandalized. Have you noticed this?
What?
Yeah, come on up here, Mr. Blakemore.
Fuck's sake. And he sort of, with the information that you have, unsuccessfully masks. Like, he's trying to put on, like, this is completely surprising and makes no sense, and he doesn't know what it is, and, like, he's very upset that his garage door got ruined.
Don't worry about it right now, Mr. Blakemore. We have caught and apprehended the person.
Oh, great.
So,
do you think this is the same person doing all the goddamn knocking?
Yes, I do think so, but I'm also uncertain, considering the number of houses that have been hit, if they work alone. So, I prefer your family to go somewhere else for now, for safety reasons, and then we will be retrieving the person that did this, and they won't speak to us, but perhaps you could identify who they are, because it seems somewhat personal from the message, as you understand.
Yes, I guess so.
So if you could just come with me with the gatehouse, we can get this sorted out.
Go ahead and get me a deception check.
Yeah. Deception is... So it's charisma, but my rank is 3 for deception.
So you have a reroll, and you can spend.
I will reroll. Better. So 3, and then I will spend 2 more.
Yeah, his awareness isn't high enough for that, so he's like, okay, let me get them up. I'll just have them, I guess, go hang out at the club for a minute, and we can...
I would suggest offsite, sir.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They know where to find you here. They're not going to check, say, I don't know, in like an ice cream place. Just go out for a treat.
All right. So he goes deeper into the house to wake up his family.
All right. I will step inside the front door.
Okay. Where are you guys?
I'm going to go ahead and do one's behind you or a flanking on one of the other.
Pull the van up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll be...
We're going to take him to the gatehouse.
Yeah.
In the van.
Yeah.
I'm prepared some, actually, we have some Cat 6 cable in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, somebody's going to get tied up.
Well, we probably actually have zip ties in there.
We probably do have zip ties in there, yeah.
Maximum frostiness, by the way.
Yeah.
So you are waiting. You can hear movement upstairs, and you are startled by a loud knock at the door right behind you.
Not opening that. Not doing that. Do you guys see anything from outside?
We're pulled out. We're pulled up. Do we see anything?
There's nobody there.
Did they hear the knock? Or
Yeah, probably.
all right.
You hear from upstairs, like, oh, more? What? Just give me a minute. Is one of your friends here or something?
Yeah. He just wanted to ask me a question. Hurry up, please. Need to get in the car. You can go to a drive-thru. It's fine. They have plenty of those. It's what poor people use. Let's go.
So the family all come down the stairs. Jack looks a little confused about the change of possible plans.
No, go get ice cream. Get out of here. Wendy's is great.
So yeah,
Frosties aren't completely
he
gross,
sort of
right?
motions them all to go out the garage, and they get into one of the vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
You hear it turn on. You hear the garage door, and the knocking happens again. And Carl's like, tell your friend, and he goes to open the door.
Nope. We got it.
Roll initiative. See how fast you get to this.
So it's your initiative plus
Dice.
whatever you roll. So I have a 7.
Same.
5.
You need to roll off with me, Caleb. Just one die.
Well, I got a 7 as well. So
Oh, you too.
Yeah.
Plus.
Yeah, not us.
Oh boy. So he opens the door just before you push him, and you see that he starts to react surprised and upset about you trying to stop him.
Yeah.
But he opens the door and you hear meow. You're looking into Jürgen Hennig's house instead of the porch, and a greasy, Pepto-Bismol soaked looking Jürgen Hennig pushes his way through the door. His skin is hanging with a taffy-like plasticity. He looks almost like a figure molded of something to look like Hennig. Somehow the Blakemore porch is the living room, Hennig house. The cat seems confused, and I need you to roll against horror.
Okay, what do I
On
use
the
to resist
outside,
that?
Well, I'm
we're
there.
on the outside. Do we see the front door?
No,
open
I was
at all?
with Caleb.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Yeah, you see the front door open, but you don't see the inside of the house. It's just like a blank black rectangle. So you are all rolling against different horror things.
What do I use to resist that?
Either discipline or stability, whichever you have higher.
Oh, son of a bitch.
It's a combat skill.
I have discipline.
Alright, so it's focus based.
Okay. I will I can ignore negatives, so I will do that.
For one strain, you can ignore negatives.
Oh.
Or you can do a reroll. What is it, your rank?
4.
Yeah, you can do a reroll, you can do a +1. Technically not combat quite yet.
So that is going to be 3, so I will spend 3. So
Well, wait.
6.
You can use that just to ignore the strain, or to, to soak the strain. So find out how much.
So 3, yeah.
How much?
How much did you end up with?
I got a 3.
You stand to lose 10 sanity.
Oh, maybe.
I'm going to spend 3 to get a 6.
Yeah.
Or is that too late now that I...
No, you can spend. Yeah, so you then take 4 points of sanity damage.
I'll do that.
Well, you
and
can also
since-
spend more to absorb that. Do you have any acuity?
Can I?
Yeah. Can't. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah. When you soak, you don't have a limit on how much you can spend.
Oh, okay. Well,
So what's your acuity?
1.
So each one is 2.
So you could spend 2.
So I will spend 2 more to not go crazy.
Okay. So here's a fun thing about how status effects works.
Mm-hmm.
You stood to lose over a certain threshold, so even if you soak it, you have to make the luck check against temporary insanity.
Okay.
So just to see if you lose it for a minute,
right.
though you're not like permanently impaired. So that's just a luck check at -1 because you stood at 5 you have to make the check at all. At 10 it's -1. You're fine.
All right, cool.
What was your horror check?
5.
You're good. You got 5. Sanity loss coming in.
I will spend for my temp pool to
Just 3.
Yeah.
Take it out. Okay. 5 though, you do need to roll the luck check against temp insanity, unmodified.
So 0.
You're okay, just barely. How about you?
I rolled a 5 as well, my focus.
Okay, you stand to lose 4 sanity. This is not quite as bad.
Alright, so I will still...
Yeah, we didn't see the...
And is it still the 3 to negate that?
Yeah, if you've got an acuity of 1, each point you spend blocks 2 of them.
Okay, so that would just be 2.
Yeah, you can spend 2 and block it.
There you go. And same luck check?
You did not stand to lose enough.
Despite seeing a void.
Yeah.
It's different to see Jurgen. Yeah.
Do you have an initiative result, by the way?
Oh, it was 5, so
Okay.
I'm at the bottom one.
Mine's, we were at 7.
Yeah, this is a feng shui style initiative system.
Mm-hmm.
Your feng shui style initiative system.
Well, it's a pretty good initiative system, so thank you.
No fighting on the table.
Right, and what is your base initiative stat, the two of you? Because that's how tiebreakers go.
7.
Okay, well then you two can choose between the two of you.
Well, I was right by him pushing him. So.
Okay.
And
you go
actually,
first.
you two are actually first and second to go.
Okay.
Is screaming a free action?
Yes.
I will scream at him, the laptop!
Yeah.
Then I will take the SMG, put it on Blakemore's shoulder, because I don't give a fuck if he goes deaf.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to open up using him as a human shield.
Nice. Okay. So to make this stick, you might have to do another a tactics check to kind of grapple him after this. But in this moment, I'll let you do that. That is a ranged attack, which normally costs 2 initiative if you don't want to spend it down, and you're going to be at a -1 because you're drawing the weapon and firing it.
Okay. Can I just have it in the bag?
Yeah.
And not give a shit? He's in the doorway, right?
Yeah.
Horrible flesh creature?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not... I'm not aiming for vital areas. It's just spray and pray next to the dude's ear.
Yep. So go ahead and make the roll.
All right.
It's a ranged attack-based check modified by your firearms skill.
Okay, I'm probably not very good at this. Firearms is 2, and so that is that a
Dex?
Ranged attack. It's a derived.
It's a derived.
Yeah,
so range attack. So 2 and 2.
You can spend up to 3 mental strain or physical, since it's a derived from both.
And it's a +2 because that's my range attack.
Oh God.
Well, that takes me up to 0. I guess I'll spend 3 strain.
You can spend physical too.
Oh yeah,
spend among
physical.
Yeah, 3 total from among both.
Jeez. There we go. Yeah.
So that brings you to a tie. Do you want to spend 1 more?
Can I?
Yeah, to break a tie.
Yeah.
So you'll hit him with 0 degrees of success. What's the rate of fire on your gun?
It is a SMG, so +4 divided by 2 damage.
No,
rate of fire 6.
Rate of fire 6. So here's just how damage works. The first number is soakable by strain. The second number is not.
Okay.
So the 4/2, that 2 damage, you have to have armor.
Okay.
Well, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's every bullet does that damage.
Okay.
You fire 6 of them. 1 of them hits Jurgen.
God damn it.
And Blakemore's going to have to roll luck to see if you shoot his ear or jaw or head off.
Give a fuck.
Unfortunately. And you said, what was your final result for the attack?
So I had a -2, so I have 2 skill, and I spent 3 to get up to +3.
So 5?
Yeah.
Okay. You do manage to just sever Blakemore's left ear.
Okay.
And dig a furrow through his face, shattering his cheekbone.
Okay.
He screams and kind of goes limp, sort of falls out from underneath where your gun is. One bullet strikes sort of center mass on Hennig, and his belly sort of just caves in on itself, like his navel's being pulled out through his back. And you see
That's normal.
You see the bullet having stretched out the back of him, hanging in like a little dangling flesh stretch.
This is fine.
And it's Brett's turn.
Laptop. Crazy Enochian bullshit.
Okay. Question: Can I do? Let's see here. While under the effects of rank 1 or rank, I can at any time spend 1 initiative, reduce the granted vigilance bonus by 1 to raise it. So I want to raise my haunting level while getting the laptop. Can I do that? Because I guess that's kind of a middle action while I'm physically pulling out the laptop.
Does it cost initiative to do?
Yeah, it costs
then
1.
you have to concentrate on it and and do something. But getting the laptop only costs 1 initiative.
Okay. Well, can I do one concentration action while getting the laptop out? Because it's just pulling the laptop out, but can I do both at the same time or not?
No.
Okay. See, that's the thing. It's sort of a gamble to see if they'll actually do both at the same time.
The guns aren't working.
Yeah, well, I have a supernatural attack.
Okay.
What's his initiative? Do I know?
You technically shouldn't know, but I did ask you.
Also,
for
he wasn't in the
to beat
house.
The tie.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the house where it was playing.
Yeah.
But then we removed it, and now he's in the house.
Yeah. All right. I'll get the laptop out.
Okay. You just start playing the file.
Yeah.
Click.
Knocking for go away.
You hear the text-to-speech voice, and you, because you're still staring in mute horror at this flesh, soccer sock hanging out the back of this thing, it starts to depend more and breaks. And you hear a clink as the bullet falls onto the floor, and strawberry milk-looking liquid starts to drizzle out of the back of this thing, and it shrieks in a gurgling noise.
Okay.
And now...
I don't know how much initiative pulling the laptop out would have been.
It was 1 to pull it out and turn it on.
Okay.
So, Brett, Yargan is trying to tackle you.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Did you hear gunfire and you're just looking at a black abyss of a door?
I probably saw. Are there windows next to the door? So like side windows or
yes.
All right, I assume I would see the flash of light from the.
You
discharge.
do see muzzle flashes going on.
Hello, one getting ready to run towards that window and smash through.
Yeah, you're like, you know what? Black abyss or some glass? I'm taking some glass.
We're going for some defenestration here.
So what is?
Is it defenestration if you go inside of a room?
I don't know. Just fenestration. Fenestration alone. So you are going to need to set a defense, which would be either evade or parry, which is a passive value that can be boosted by the relevant skills.
Okay. My evade's right now 4.
Man, you have 4 dexterity?
Yeah.
Hot damn. And so...
Isn't he going to have to lunge past me and
we're pretty close.
Chippy here?
You're sort of in the same... actually, you know what? He's not tackling you. He's, reaching his arms out to grab onto you.
Yeah.
And you can see that his fingers are stretching and flattening like these big old mitts to get you.
Mr. Fantastic.
And so if you have a 4, you can boost it based on your dodge skill if you want. And if you can take an active roll if you have a 3.
Yeah, I do have a 3.
Yeah.
So I will do that. Can I re-roll that? Because it's just 0 right now.
If it's just 0, that's just... it doesn't help you.
Okay.
You spend the active roll. You can spend physical strain if you want, and you have a 4.
I will spend 2 because it sounds really bad.
Okay.
So that will raise it to a 6.
Okay. You manage to scoot out of the way. It sort of unbalances a little bit. Its feet are getting tangled up in the fallen fetal position, whimpering Blakemore.
Good job, Blakemore!
And you see numerous little pseudopods reaching out from under the cuff of Hennig's pants, sort of testing the pliancy of Blakemore's flesh as he steps near him.
I'm fine with that.
So it's actually Brett's turn again now.
Okay. Is it still focusing on me? Or is it...
Yes, it's trying to keep moving towards him.
Just a whole bunch of bullets at it, I guess. While the laptop's playing.
If I take an action, I can still dodge, though, right? Or
yeah.
Okay, I will...
dodging doesn't take any. You can always boost your dodge or your parry value by 1 by spending 1 initiative out of turn if you want.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I will lower my vigilance by 1 in order to raise my haunting by 1.
Okay, does that cost 1 initiative or 2?
It costs 1 initiative.
Okay. And there's a giant pile up on the next cell. Good God.
Yeah.
So, alright, haunting's up by 1, and it's going to be Clive up next.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After these messages.
No.
I shoot.
Yeah.
Shooting gun. That terrible monster thing. So that's a 2. I guess you can spend from either, right?
Yeah.
So I can spend, so 5.
Okay. You hit with 2 bullets this time.
God, I'm shitty.
Yeah, it's hard. One of the things that's real good, there's stuff in Soldier where the way rate of fire works is you fire bullets and each 2 degrees of success over the opponent is another bullet that hits.
Yeah.
And a Soldier has an ability that makes it each 1 degree of success over, which is very useful to have.
Controlling recoil. It's a thing.
It sure is. First one shears off a large chunk of its shoulder. It's like a water balloon full of Pepto.
But it doesn't just eat it this time, that's part of shoulder that's gone?
Yeah.
Okay,
its arm is flopping and spurting.
So a different reaction with the Acadian playing? Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, you remember once you turned it on, the thing that was hanging out of its back broke.
Yeah.
And then the second one hits him in the eye and turns him around half a step, and he sort of slumps against the wall. You see numerous... It looks like fingers pushing through pink silly putty to try to brace on the wall to stop him from falling down all the way. And then it's Brett's turn again. You're sorry about your bad roll.
Oh, it's okay. No. It happens, so.
I will pay... So it's still moving around and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it's not dead.
Okay.
It's in bad shape.
Okay.
I feel bad because I want to come in here and just put a little thing of bullets.
I will... Screw it. I will go up another haunting level.
Okay.
That's 1...
1 initiative?
Yeah.
You're going for the big thing, aren't you?
No, not yet. But I don't want to... I don't even know if the haunting level won't even affect this thing. So...
Yeah, we'll see.
But it takes time to build up haunting, so I want to kind of have that ready. Because I think we're in definitely in the shooting part of this scenario.
The taffy creature hangs its head backwards and screams as sort of pale, milky blood burbles out of its ruined eye socket in a kind of sort of desperate sounding cry. Mm-hmm. And from deeper in the house, you hear a loud knock on a door, and it begins to run in the direction of the knocking sound.
So it's getting up and pushing past us?
It was slumped against the wall, and it's sort of rolling across the wall and reconstituting itself and running.
Like a laptop?
And it is going to make a speed check to see how many initiative it takes to get to its destination. That's what's going on here. Okay, so it starts running.
Okay.
It takes to go to a different area, which is handled cinematically, but this knock is not in the same area as you guys. It's going to take 2 successful move actions, which is going to take a fair amount of initiative. It's actually Charles's turn next.
Yay, so coming through the window.
All right, go ahead and make me an athletics check with your speed stat to see how many initiative it takes to get where you're going.
All right.
And I'll let you just go ahead and have that also be the check for how gracefully you crash through the window and how bad you hurt yourself.
Well, hopefully I don't roll badly. I have a 3 on this one, so I can have one reroll.
You always do the reroll.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to reroll that one.
Yeah, because if it's worse, you don't have to take it.
Yeah. And that's much better, so that's going to be at least a 4. So.
Okay, and by the way, just for reference, it's 8 minus check result initiative to do a movement action. The minimum is 2. And it doesn't matter how much skill you have or how little skill you have. You can always spend physical strain to boost your athletics result up to the maximum of 6.
Okay.
So you can always run at top speed. It's just the better you are at athletics, the less winded you get.
Okay, so, would this count for combat strain to use in this situation? Okay, so I have 15 of that right now, so...
Alright, so you'll go ahead and spend it up, so you actually are only going to take 2 initiative to get where you're going.
Yeah.
And... let's see, Blakemore, screaming, just desperately crawls away from where the gun is and where the monster is.
So into Henning's house, or...
Yeah. He's not really thinking about that.
Enjoy your teleportation, buddy.
But he starts going. The creature continues running deeper into the house. And Brett.
Screw it. I will use hunting level 1. We'll try this out first. So that will
on the creature?
Yeah, on the creature. So 2 initiative and then 1 sanity or 1 health. I'll do health.
Okay.
Cause a target in a line of sight to roll against temporary insanity, always reacting out of fear if afflicted, suffering from the opportunity condition for the duration of that effect.
Okay, he's alright.
Okay.
Unfortunately, just rolled well.
Yeah.
Damn it. But you did see him falter in his steps a bit.
Yeah.
So you think this does actually work on him.
Okay.
So that at least. Blakemore finishes crawling through the door to Hennig's house. You hear the cat switch from the plaintive meow from earlier, the silence during the gunfire, to a loud, angry, hissing snarl. And Clive, you see the blood pumping out of his ear and cheekbone start to go pale. And Charles, it's your turn. You crash through the window. Your check was good. So you're only going to take 2/1 damage, which if you're wearing any kind of armor, probably...
I put on my Kevlar plate.
So. And how much is that?
That is 4 armor.
Oh, okay, so yeah, you completely absorb it. You guys hear the window explode inward, and some thud as someone does a nice practice roll into the dining room. And it is your go. So, what do you do after arriving in the house?
Do I see it?
Yeah, actually, through the doorway, the big ol' arc doorway of the dining room, you can see into the hall that it's running down, so you do have a line of sight on it.
Okay, so what I want to do is call in the firearm training, because does it actually have a discernible head, or is it just a mess
it
at
does.
this point?
It does. It's gloopy, but it's a humanoid shape.
Okay, yeah, so I want to call the shot on the head but it's only at the -1 penalty, and moving penalty is not going to apply to it.
Nice, because it is moving.
Yeah. So thank you, firearms training, and shooting now. All right, so is that perception or focus on this?
For the firearms, it'll be your ranged attack stat, which is a derived.
It's underneath.
Got it. So 3, and I have 5 in firearms.
Yeah, so you have 10 strain. You've got a reroll. You've got the ability to spend strain. You're good.
Yeah. So 15 dying. You're
a gunny individual.
All right, so that's going to be 4.
Plus your temp strain.
If you want to do it.
All of that.
Yeah. So
7.
7, yeah.
And what are you shooting at him?
We're shooting at the head, straight at the head.
Okay.
Sorry. So no, this is the. I'm using the fully auto rifle.
All right, so that is a rate of fire 4. I believe. Let's see what he's going to
4 damage.
He's going to do an active roll on this one just in case, because he's a little dodgy. You don't have to spend strain to break ties, and the tie just occurred. So you do hit with 1 bullet only. You break some stuff in the kitchen, but 1 bullet does strike him in the head, which I believe is, 6/4 for that for you?
Yes, that's correct.
So that's a bunch of damage. He spends encounter strain to strain down some of it, but he's going to have to roll against bleeding at -2. Because it would normally be -1 for 10 damage and -2 because you did the call shot to something vital. Yeah. So let's see what happens there. Ooh, okay. So he's bleeding. It's not going to kill him super fast in combat, but it's the kind of thing that, if he gets away, he probably only has minutes to live unless he has a way of stopping that from happening. So you do just blow off a section of, the top of his skull. You see the slosh of milky pink fluid sort of bouncing out of it as he runs.
Do I need to make a sanity check on that?
Yeah, you haven't seen this thing yet, as a matter of fact.
That's being fair for playtesting points.
You're a good...
Am I not your friend, Caleb? Did I not do the same thing for you?
It's true.
Thank you. So, all right.
So it's another discipline check with focus.
Discipline check with focus. Okay. That's going to be 4.
That's good to beat the check, so you are standing to lose 3.
Let's see.
And that's mental strain because you use
Do
discipline.
you have acuity? You do, so you can spend 1 mental strain to reduce it by 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll sort of one. And then that's another one on the lightly wounded on sanity.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And Clive, you're up.
Shoot it.
Okay, turn and shoot.
Yep.
Press A, shoot, and then head.
Alright, let's see the roll.
Damn.
So plus 3. And then I guess I'll spend
Go to 4.
4.
Do you want to spend 1 more to break the tie?
I'll spend 1 more to break the tie.
Alright, so that is 0 degrees of success. What are your bullets?
4-4, I think. Or 6-4.
4-2.
4-2.
Yeah.
Alright, it's starting to sort of really lose cohesion. Like there are actually glops falling off of it wetly and heavily to the floor as it goes. The sort of vocalizations have stopped. It's focused just on taking a single other step. Seems very close to being dead. Blakemore raises himself up to his feet. His eyes are completely black.
Damn it.
Close the door. It's actually not the worst idea in the world. Brett.
I'll go up and close the door. Let him do
Yeah,
it.
you do. That's like one initiative.
Yeah.
We'll let you
Slam
deal with
that
that.
door. It's really not a bad plan.
Yeah.
He eats the cat. So at this point, the creature reaches the door and pushes his hand onto/through the doorknob, and it sort of attaches there and slumps as he continues to deflate like a really sad beach ball full of glop. And the door opens a crack.
God damn it.
Charles.
How far away am I? Well, he's dead. It's dead now, right?
No.
Shoot it.
Just full autoing into it
Okay.
at this point.
Shoot it. Shoot whatever's through the door.
Yeah, it's probably not going to do that great with the with the defense. Go ahead and give me the value, though.
All right, so
Because it's badly wounded.
I'll spend 1 to ignore those. So
Okay.
And then re-roll that. Okay. All right, that's better. So that's going to be at least a 4. So
Okay, 4. So you hit with 3 of your 4 bullets.
Okay.
Like it had a 0 to dodge. Like it had penalties out the butt and no strain left. As far as you can tell, it's deader than shit now, and there's a bunch of holes in the door.
Hopefully one of those bullets slammed the door shut with the impact that it was.
The next thing that happens is the front door is very, very loudly knocked upon right next to you.
No.
Yeah,
The one I just closed?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
They're polite, I guess.
I would like to know the vigilance of... interesting. Right now, where's the box?
The box is, I'm carrying it. It is
What's your vigilance at?
right now it is only 2 because I am not haunted right now. Yeah, I will boost it. I will boost it by 2.
Okay. Yeah. The bag that you're carrying the box in is warm.
Okay. Got a situation with the box. I'm going to take it out and put it on the coffee table in the living room.
That actually is your turn next.
All right, so I'm going to rush over.
Yeah.
Take that, I guess it's
you can put it on the counter in the kitchen right from where you're standing.
Yeah, basically put it on there and just, get my gun out. We'll draw my gun right after that.
On the box.
Yeah. Well,
You box.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be next round for you.
Yeah.
But
what do I see when I put it on the counter?
you just see little curls of smoke escaping from hidden seams in the box.
Okay.
So next up, Clive, Charles, maybe you two. You're a little preoccupied, but there is a horrible snuffling, slurping sound from behind the door to a further room,
The other door that he
the one
opened.
that the one that the creature has kind of attached itself to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's open ajar.
a crack. Yeah,
a
you
crack.
hear
I
a
was hoping the bullets-
horrible slurping and snuffling sound from behind it, and it's Clive's turn.
I mean, should I even shoot it? Because I have to spend so much just to do damage to the motherfucking thing. What should I do instead?
Yeah.
I can take a shot next
Hennick's
one.
body continues to droop and slurify more and
I mean,
more.
would he get a bonus for spending initiative just to aim?
Yes, you can spend 1 initiative per tick to aim up to...
So the door's
+3.
open a little bit?
Yeah, the door is open a crack.
Is there a
For all
lamp?
intents and purposes, combat is not happening anymore.
Is
right
there a
now.
lamp or something?
That you
Like
can-
something long, pole-like?
Or is there like a couch next to it, like we can just push
So I can
in front
just
of it?
smash that door shut and not have to touch his ass?
Why don't you roll luck
Yeah.
for interior decoration choices in the past?
Is there a battering ram lamp?
0?
Yeah, there's one of those tasteful floor lamps that's a little ways off, but yeah, you've got time.
Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to answer the front door, combat's not happening. Right?
No, I'm going to rip that bitch off the wall and just not touching goop monster.
Actually, and I'm moving.
Slam it into that opening door.
Is there like a sitting couch or something next to the door, next to the front door? Like if this was, so I'm guessing this is a foyer.
No, but there is like an end table thing with like some, potted plants on it, or vase plants.
It's going to be hard to barricade it with that thing on it.
Oh, no, I'm talking about the front door, not the one you're.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm pushing that in front of it.
Someone opened the door. Blakemore opened the door.
Yeah, I think you have to open it.
Yeah.
Which I'm hoping on. So just barricading or trying to push it shut.
Actually, can I do a luck check? Because that's near the garage, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The family hasn't left, has it?
Yeah, they have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Can I go in there and luck check to see if they have like some sort of staple gun in there?
Yeah, it'll take a little bit. We'll see what happens.
Could you stay out here with your gun skills?
Okay.
That can shoot things?
Fine.
With guns?
Fine.
Okay, so you grab a floor lamp, you unplug the thing, you push it at the thing, just completely unyielding, and you hear the snuffling and slurping from beyond the door. Stop.
Click.
But it's still not, he's not able to move it.
No, you're not able to push it in. You start getting pushed back.
Even when it's silent? Okay.
All right,
something is pushing the door open.
Something's trying to push the door open?
Yep.
Okay.
I just drop the lamp then and aim.
Yep, so
take cover behind a kitchen island or something.
The door swings open, and beyond the threshold you see the door is open into a place that is incomprehensible. It's like an MC Escher wet dream of doors coming out of like all different places and twisting down hallways that are made of doors and floors that are made of doors. And in the doorway, framed in the doorway, is a lithe, muscular creature that is pure, unreflective, matte black, almost invisible in the gloom. And down its face is running the pink fluid as it ingests bits of Hennig that it has pulled under the door. Roll initiative.
Right? Before that happened, like while I was looking at the box, could I have raised my haunting level to 3 by just lowering my vigilance? Okay, so I'm starting at haunting 3. All right.
You may do that, yes.
I really wish I had stopped him from opening that door. 8.
Okay.
7.
Well, I suck. Can I spend it? What do I spend to increase initiative?
You can't unless you have the... here's the only thing that does anything to initiative rolls is the skill features of the discipline skill.
Okay.
All you can do is you can do the reroll, you can do the +2, and you can do the +1. Your discipline is 5, so you could take a +2 in lieu of your dice.
Okay, I'll do that. So I have initiative 9.
And that is by the way...
Yeah.
Not per scene, like most skill features. The initiative ones are per session.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do it in the last fight.
Nope. So you're good. The creature sensed the air, and all of your roll luck.
God damn it.
Oof.
1.
2.
1.
0.
Positive.
What did you get?
1.
Oh, positive 1. Sorry, Aaron.
Okay, it was my turn.
It locks its attention on Charles and starts to bound across the room. It launches itself onto you. So give me either a parry or evade value.
I was really going to make like a
strong
play to just
they're both. They're both in there, and does my athletics go
so
into
the way
that as well?
the way it works, evade is boosted by the dodge skill.
Okay.
Parry is boosted by your whatever melee weapon you're using skill.
Okay.
So you probably just want to evade because right now you have a gun out.
Yeah, and that's 3, so that'll let me a reroll if necessary.
So yeah, it's normally a passive value. You can boost it with physical strain. But if you have a 3, you can take an active roll once per scene and see if it's good.
Okay.
Probably a good time to do it.
Yeah. Hey, look, we're re-rolling. So that just... Alright, that's just going to be 3 without... Well, I can also pump that up with
physical based on your dodge skill, which if it's 3, you can spend up to 3 to boost it.
Yeah, all 3 decks, so at least get a boost up to a 4. So,
okay.
Probably not going to help, but...
It crashes into you and sort of checks you against the wall, and you feel razor-sharp, matte black talons searching for your belly.
Thank God it's Kevlar armor.
1, 2, 3... So you take 12/5 physical damage.
Okay. Would the Kevlar actually help out with that at all?
What's your armor?
4.
Okay, so that reduces the 5 to a 1. Okay. So you're taking 12/1. So there's 12 that can be soaked, and 1 that can't.
With it, so I guess I would just soak all of that into...
Well, do you have toughness? Does toughness help with it?
Yeah, toughness is what? I assume you have a toughness of 1 and maybe a +1. Mm-hmm. So every strain you spend is 3 damage off of this 12.
Okay, and 1, so I have effectiveness 2 on this, so...
Yeah, so every point you spend is 3 damage off of the 12.
Alright.
And you're going to take 1 no matter what.
Okay, so I could spend that 5 regardless to evaporate everything except for that.
Well, you could spend 4.
4,
yeah.
Yep.
4, and then take that out. Okay.
So you did stand, however, to take more than 10 total damage. Less than 15, so you're rolling a luck check against bleeding at -1.
Gotcha. -1 still.
Okay, -1 total?
Yeah.
With the -1 modifier?
Yeah, because I just got a +1.
So you were bleeding, you're going to lose 1 health at the end of every round until you do something. Rounds are long in combat, but out of combat you'll bleed very quickly to death.
Okay, so as of right now, just lightly wounded with 1.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
Brett.
I guess I should probably do my big thing on this thing.
Give it a shot?
Yeah.
Describe that for the people listening at home.
I may spend 4 initiative, reset my haunting level from 3 to 0 to unleash a storm of angry ghosts, causing all entities you choose in line of sight to check against daze, bleeding, and temporary insanity. I use 1 luck roll for all 3 effects, but I can't affect the luck rolls individually if I spend spiritual sprain to penalize them.
Nice.
So I will probably spend 2 on each.
Okay.
So that's 6.
All right, so good lord. It's losing its acuity bonus to initiative and can't use skills for the rest of the round. It's bleeding arterially, so it is actually just jetting this milky pink fluid out of every orifice, like it's just voiding itself and spasming, and it is horribly, horribly afraid of you.
Did I get debilitating daze, arterial bleeding, or temporary insanity?
All 3.
I get 2 back of each type then.
Yep.
So, yep, I just go all...
That's why it was worth charging his laser. So how much initiative did that cost you to do?
4.
Okay, 1, 2. That's a bit.
I like to imagine we didn't see anything. You just went up there and went, ooh.
I mean, there was probably poltergeist activity, like lights flickering, things getting thrown around. The good news is it's messed up. The bad news is the way that it reacts to things that it's afraid of is trying to, cut them to pieces.
As opposed to what it was doing earlier.
Well, I mean, now it's focused on you.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to go ahead and, it's going to run toward you.
Okay.
But then Clive gets a turn before it gets to you.
So my Terrify says that the temporary insanity means that they run away in panic.
Nice. Yeah.
So can I try that?
Yeah, you can do the special fear bomb.
I will try and fear bomb it.
Does it cost 3 initiative?
3 initiative. And then it is an intimidation check.
Not penalized for combat, probably.
Yeah. So it's at a 1, and I will spend 2 to make it a 3. That's all I can do. That's all I have.
Oh my god. You tied, and you don't have any strain left.
I have body, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll rule that you slow it down, but it decides not to be completely scared of you because it is too focused on trying to remove the source of the thing that just made it start bleeding everywhere. And
I tried.
Yeah.
Hey, you may have given me a shot to really mess this thing up, though.
Charles, it's your go.
All right, so
I should have just shot my gun.
Full auto, and let's see, I guess...
Yeah, you still have physical pool.
I have a ton of stuff left.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be able to do this. Would it be better for an aimed shot for penalty around its center mass? to see if we can get that, or is there anything?
Center mass is not going to be a penalty.
Okay. Is there anything that looks more vulnerable on this thing?
It's roughly humanoid, gangly, scythe-like talons on its hands and feet.
Maybe the legs.
Legs or heads. So
okay, you want to cripple it. Okay.
So it's not stalking towards poor Ross over there?
True.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so that's a called shot, not to a vital area, but like if you do a bunch of damage, it's going to get a penalty.
Yeah. Alrighty, and I still have a ton of stuff as well. So, are you sure we don't want to do the head and see if I can just take this thing out?
I want you to shoot it with a bullet.
Okay.
Past that, the nuances
Then
are
we'll
lost
go for
on
Big
me.
Damn Hero moment. I want to take out whatever it calls its head.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it does have a head. It's hard to look at. It's kind of bullet-like and
Make it more bullet-like.
very yes, indeed.
Make it bullet actual.
It's hard to see features
Bullet
because
hole.
the thing is almost
Lead-based. Instead of
aside from places where the fluid is on it, it's almost Vanta black, so it's very hard to look at features.
Yeah.
But go ahead and roll a ranged attack.
So I do have. It's only the minus one penalty on there, but I am aiming for that. Let's see, and I'm ignoring the minuses because of my
Skill.
the skill.
If you spend one strain, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's strange. That's obviously not. And then I can spend those to. That's a plus on that, and
You can spend up to 3 strain to boost if you want.
yeah. So 1, and then 2, 3 more. So 3 on there. So that's going to be as an 8 total.
Wow.
Sorry.
8 total with the minus.
Oh no, 4. No, it's a 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 6. Sorry.
Okay, hey, that's still enough. You don't strike it with multiple bullets. You fire a burst, but one of them does just take it in its forehead. So 7, 4, 4, 4, 8, rolling at -1. Rolls bad. Yet more blood just shooting out of this thing. Takes more damage. Keeps going.
Try, man.
Brett, what's your defense?
God, I wish Blake was
Obviously.
Just throw him out.
Take him! Get to the cable van!
I mean, Blakemore wants to be here. He's still knocking.
Yeah, no. I don't want Blakemore here.
So I have dodge of 3, so I can evade. Do an active roll for evade.
Yeah, once per scene.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. That raises my evade up. Do I just add this to my evade then?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would make my evade 6.
Oh my gosh, it misses you.
Okay.
It rips part of your shirt. You don't feel a tug.
Mm-hmm.
The claws are so sharp that it just passes through your clothing. In fact, you've got a couple little lines across your chest that trickle a tiny bit of blood, but not enough to really.
What's that box
injure you.
doing?
Yeah. Is it still smoking?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. It is. You can actually smell that maybe the finish on the counter might be melting underneath it, but
Anyway, whose action is it?
it's the creature's action. It's making a grit check.
Hopefully those penalties help.
Yeah, it didn't go terribly well. So it's now Clive's turn.
Do I have to roll to shoot the box?
No, it's just going to sit there.
I'm going to shoot that box.
It'll make things better or worse.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be able to shoot that thing and do any damage.
Yeah.
So.
Roll luck.
God damn it. 0.
Okay.
That's apropos.
So the box is knocked off of the counter, spins into the kitchen area, clatters on the floor, and you see that the smoke ceases to rise from behind the kitchen island. You'll have to investigate further, I suppose. It's Brett's turn.
Okay.
It's right in your face.
Oh, Jesus. I'm
helping.
Yeah. I'm out of haunt. I have to recharge my haunting, and I don't see an easy way to do that. Because
You already did the Spirit Guardian's trick.
Yeah.
That's the fast way.
Yeah. Well, that's the way without strain. Possession is kind of risky.
Everyone has more strain than I do.
Yeah. Well, as long as I'm taking its focus, I will focus on dodging it while he keeps shooting it.
So, do you want to...
I mean, it's bleeding. It will eventually die.
Do you want to, then use a tactics check to, get the kitchen island between you and the creature?
Yeah.
Right, that costs 3 initiative, and go ahead and roll
Isn't that where I knocked the thing? Okay.
Speed-based athletics check.
Well, watch out for whatever Cenobite I left out of that box.
Speed?
You hit it in its right where it suddenly just solved everything.
We
were called here.
Hey, bullets solve puzzle boxes too.
Yeah, that would be
Just
a
not
4.
the way you were to use it again.
Okay. So you give yourself for the rest of the round a +2 to defense against it because you've gotten partway around the counter and you're focused on it and you're going to do the thing where if it moves one way, you move the opposite.
Yeah.
And it is now going and it is trying to leap over the counter, but you note that it is actually not attacking you. It's going for the box.
Okay. All right.
So it starts. It's kind of like up on the counter now, and it's Charles's turn.
The question is, so for 2 rounds, I know it says I had a capacity of 30. Am I at the point where I need to reload, or can I still?
Well, how many times have you shot?
I think it was twice. So basically, because it was that one I rolled.
It's rate of fire 4. No, you're not out of bullets. It's 30.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. So
it's when you shot literally that many bullets, and you can choose to fire less. But I assumed that you've been like Oh
God, no, yeah. At this point, it's like it's on the counter. We're continuing to shoot it, so that's the best thing I can do.
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not in melee with Brett yet, so you're not going to accidentally shoot him yet.
Okay, good. That's
the last thing that you want.
Friendly fire. It's just nothing great.
All right.
And that gun you have would really mess
Hey,
up.
look, I can ignore negatives. That's awesome. So that's going to be
1 strain to ignore the negatives.
Yeah, so... And I can still pump that up with strain, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shoot it.
Yeah.
Shoot it.
And how many strain was it to for
you can spend up to 3 strain for
1 each.
Do that. Kill it.
Hey, look. 8 damage. Fuck you.
Okay, that's 3 degrees. You're hitting with 2. The first one is 9-4, and the next one is 6-4. Whew.
I hate this thing.
So you kind of just hit it in both kidney areas as it vaults over. It shrieks and falls sort of ass over tea kettle over. The grace of its movement is stopped, and it just takes a bad fall into the area between the sink and the island, and it is grabbing the box with a very feeble Brett you see grip.
Yeah.
You can tell that it can't stand.
Okay. I'm going to kick the box away from it, or it depends on whose turn.
When you get a chance, it's Clive's turn next, and then Brett.
Can I see it?
You probably know where it is, but the island is obstructing your view.
I guess I'll try and get in position. And to shoot.
That's a minor movement. That just takes 2 initiative. Not a full.
Get into position.
Yeah, not a full movement action. Because you know what's up. It's Brett's turn.
All right, I'll take out my gun and shoot it. The box.
Shoot the box.
Yeah.
All right.
Shoot it away.
That is in its hands now, so it can use a parry against you. So I will need you to make a ranged attack.
Oh.
It will literally try to shield the box with its body.
Okay. I can reroll that because I have firearms 3. All right, so mine will be 5.
Do you want to spend the strain to break the tie?
Yeah.
He said, yes, you do.
I'm spending strain as fast as I can.
You do in fact shoot the box. It wrenches out of its hands again. Sparks fly off of it. And I need you to roll luck.
Okay. -1. I can't.
What kind of fucking ironwood is this shit made out of?
It's clearly magic. It's made of
God
hellwood.
damn it!
All right.
So a light starts pouring out of a shape.
Yeah.
In the side of the box. Because you've actually activated one of the panels with your bullet.
Damn
it. And
that's how I solve my puzzles.
The creature greedily grabs onto it, expertly pressing a very fast series of presses and turns and twists on the box. All of you roll an endurance check with vitality as the worst vertigo that you felt in your life raised to the power of 12-point purple hits you.
I have no endurance.
So it's just, you can spend 1 physical if you want.
So you roll vitality, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Alright, that gives me 3.
Alright. I will get 4.
I also don't have endurance, so I have a 3.
Okay. All of you were hit with debilitating daze. Losing acuity bonus to initiative if applicable. Unable to use any skills for the rest of the round. But As soon as the light floods the room, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And Brett, you see that the box is just a contiguous black surface and the creature is gone.
Okay. What do you mean? It's a surface, like it's burned into a shadow.
Like the box no longer has any smoke or light coming out of it. None of the panels are open. It's just like flat on all sides now.
Okay. I look at the door it came out of. Is it still open?
The back door?
The crazy MC Escher hellscape. Is that still open?
It's open to a family room.
Okay, it's not the hellscape. Okay.
Look over the box and don't come back.
We should probably get out of here?
Yes.
Yeah, we will call in another team for the sex dungeon. And whatever they are doing there.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Getting the box.
Getting the box, calling
the laptop.
Calling the office and
leaving through the window.
Yeah.
The nice window we can see that's connected on the linear
what's everyone's
plane.
Vigilance?
Oh, God damn it.
Mine is 2. I can raise it by 2.
Mine's 3.
Actually, I'd already raised it by 2.
2,
Mine's
but
3
my
and
awareness is 5.
Mine was already at 4. So.
And, mine is 3, but I can raise that too.
That's mental strength.
Never mind then. I'm done.
So you, fortunately, due to Clive's extreme paranoia and observant nature, you notice 2 black sedans waiting outside the house with the windows rolled down, and you see across the trunk of each of them is someone with a gun braced there, waiting for you to come out. Looks like people from the gatehouse.
Okay.
They probably heard all the gunfire.
Yeah.
Weird. So, maybe out the back?
Yeah.
All right. There are 2 people armed out in the back as well. There were more in front. How do you want to approach this?
Yeah.
Is the front door still knocking?
No.
Okay. You could just... This is if I kill one more monster, get the fuck out. They won't expect us teleporting to Jurgen's house.
Yeah. There's another car, right?
In the garage.
Yeah, there's cars in the garage.
There's at least one more. Yeah, there's the one that he takes to the murder club, actually.
Can we find keys?
Roll an investigation real quick there with perception. Someone.
I got it.
It's probably in a sensible place.
I got a 3.
4.
Okay, yeah, you find the keys.
Does anybody else have drive?
Well, we could try and talk to them. Well, I don't know how we'd explain it. Yeah.
Caleb's just got this.
We're done.
Nope.
Even I cannot lie that much.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a really bad idea, though.
What's up?
I do have demolitions on this page.
I mean, you don't have any equipment right now for that. Like, you would have had... That's something that you could have set something up for.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking of is setting up, like, a quick, like, IED if there's bleach or something else in there. Basically, something to cause a flash.
No, we don't have time.
If you want to stick around.
Yeah, okay.
We don't have time to...
Like, that probably, takes, like, if you're really good, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so...
Which I have 2, so I'm probably not...
Who has drive?
Nobody.
This
is like the end of Night of the Living Dead. Like, you did the thing, and now someone's just going to shoot you.
Yeah.
But I can't in good conscience have the security staff do, like, wow, that's a lot of gunfire up at the Blakemore house. That's fine, I'm sure.
You're fine.
So, yeah.
Wait, no, I can build up more haunting. Now, if we just hold on a second, I could use a minute. If you can stall them for a minute, I could bring my spirit guardians back and then raise my haunting to 3, and then
I can try it again, but I have no strain to spend. I can try my terrify bomb.
No, just keep them for a minute. I'll build up my haunting, then I'll just they're probably a lot easier to mind blast with.
And you have all line of sight.
Yeah.
So. Yes, if you wanted, the other 2 could, break out a window and get in a shootout with them or something, and just not even try to hit them, just keep them busy for a minute while he contacts his spirit guardians and tells them to get mad and go get these people. They'll probably all congregate at the area that the fight's happening, and he could just try to hit all of them with ghosts so that you guys can get the fuck out.
I agreed. So, would it be more of an intimidation factor if you're trying to fire without? That's like hitting them, or
you're just laying down cover fire and trying to
So, empathy, can I read? Are they going to shoot us on sight, or are they investigating?
If you're looking at them, it looks like if they don't know who you are, they're probably pretty jumpy. They are there probably your guess, with what you've seen so far in a place like this is like Mr. Blakemore would need to tell them not to kill strangers on the premises in an event like this. But yeah, their guns are out. Like they're looking for anyone to come out.
And do I need line of sight to do my charm ability?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will go upstairs and rake the cars with gunfire. Out front, I suppose.
All right.
I'll help you with that. So.
Or actually, I guess I'll wait to see if they start moving.
Yeah.
And then I will, because I'm fine just stalling until angry ghosts show up. But
yeah, you see them like closing in on the house and like getting ready to like go around.
Then I'll rake the car.
We'll make a perimeter.
They quickly take cover. One of them goes back to the car. One of them gets behind one of those like brick mailbox enclosures and like hunkers down behind one of those. And what I would like from both of you is a firearms check with your ranged attack.
Got it.
And just if you want to spend strength for a one-off defense, this is just sort of like a cinematic handling of the shootout. Like if you're actually going to hit anyone, if you're going to get hit in the exchange.
I got a 3.
And
what's your evade?
My evade is 3.
And I have 3 as well, with an evade of 3.
Okay. Let's see what happens. So there's a lot of shooting and no one's getting shot. Everyone is tentative. No one's really excited about dying.
We should have done a hold the dark scenario and just had a belt-fed M60.
We'll talk about that after. So Brett, they do buy you enough time. You see the people from the back sort of also trying to circle around and see if they can get into one of the doors.
All right.
But
you shoot the back people.
I assume Brett yells up like they're coming from blah blah blah, and like you can go try to stop them.
Yeah, no.
You've got the haunting up. So what are you guys gonna do? Like get in the car and drive out and ghost blast them?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. You all pile into Blakemore's gigantic SUV.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you guys see the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo?
I have 3 more points to penalize their luck checks to avoid the days bleeding into their insanity. So
you get out, and I need you to roll initiative against, like, are they shooting first, or are you hunting first?
Hunting first.
And, that was once per session, but what was my bonus to initiative?
What?
Was my bonus to initiative?
Well, you got your initiative stat of 7. And then you got a discipline of 5.
Yeah.
You swapped for a +2 once. You can swap for a +1 and do an active reroll as well.
All right, I'll do that. There we go.
Whoa!
10.
Nice. You actually do get to react first.
Okay.
So they have to make a luck check, right?
Yeah, -1
against all that shit.
Mm-hmm. -1 on all of them. So.
Well, wait. Yeah.
I'm spending 1 strain. Is it per person, or can I do it as a group? So, because I can also penalize them. If I choose to send strain, like it's.
Yeah, you affect the luck checks individually.
Yeah. So, well, if there's 3 guys, I'll affect. Yeah.
There's 3 guys out there. The first one is okay.
Well, I'll give each one a -1 to the days.
Right.
Yeah.
The second one is in really bad shape, coughing up blood and screaming and running away.
By the way, I'm just spraying behind us.
I assume so.
Yeah.
And the other one was trip pluses.
You're driving.
So.
Just see they're screaming behind the wheel.
I need initiative from the other 2 of you too, because this did not actually completely solve the problem in one go.
Oh, damn it.
Well, I got one of them out. No, did I get... Did I get debilitating artillery?
On one of them, yes.
Okay, so
I got 9.
Wow, that's really good.
I did not. I got a...
How many
4.
initiative? That was 4 initiative, right? To do the haunting bomb.
Yeah, so I'm at 6, I guess.
Yeah, I got 4.
Okay, Clyde, you're up.
2 something.
Is any of them not fucking freaking out?
2 of them are not freaking out.
I will aim terrify at one of them.
Okay. That's what, 3 initiative?
Yeah, 3 initiative.
Alright, roll it up. That's an intimidation check.
Yeah, not very good at it.
As the car pulls out.
It won't work. I have a 2. So 1.
He rolled bad too.
Yeah, you actually beat him.
Okay.
He only has 2 willpower, and he doesn't have the skill.
Well, he has a -1 penalty to a temporary insanity roll. Victims of the temporary insanity flee in panic or cower.
Just throw dice everywhere. Oh no, he's good.
Okay.
Sadly,
Well,
he doesn't succumb to it.
Okay.
Wait.
It's a -1 penalty.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's still got a 0.
Okay.
So he's all right. And he's going to shoot at the car.
That's fair.
Fortunately for you, it's just a pistol.
Yeah.
Be scared of me. No.
Oof. 3 of you roll luck to see what part of the car gets shot.
Not good. I can't spend anything on this, can I?
-1.
-2.
-2.
Roll off, you two.
Plus.
Keep rolling.
Plus.
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh, good. The driver.
Yeah. So Charles.
He's wearing the heaviest armor.
That's true.
Yeah, Charles. Just give me your evade value.
3. Yay.
Can you reroll that? What's your dodge at?
Well, you don't have to roll unless you use the dodge rank 3.
Can I use the dodge in this case?
Yeah, you can boost it with physical.
Yeah, so
Well, no, what's your dodge at?
it's at 3, so I can reroll.
Yeah,
reroll that shit. That was better-ish, so that's going to be a 2.
Oh, you don't have to take the active roll if it's less than 0. It's passive value.
Yeah.
So you've got a 3 that you can boost with physical if you want.
Okay.
Are you just taking the 3?
Yeah, I'll take the 3 then.
Okay, so you get struck with 2 bullets that do go through the car some. So,
And he also has Kevlar.
well, the first one's going to be 6/1,
Okay.
and the second one's going to be 4/1.
Okay, so I have 4 armor, so that'll negate at least one of them, right?
That'll negate 4 damage, starting with the hardened damage.
Okay.
So you take 3 damage off the first one. That's soakable.
Okay.
And you take, 4/1. Take 1 damage off the next one. That's also soakable.
Okay, so
what's the total damage he gets?
4 damage.
So you could soak 3 of it with one of your strength.
Yeah.
Okay. So it hurts. It feels like you get hit real hard in the back.
Yeah.
But you're not lethally bleeding to death or anything. Brett, you're up again.
All right, I'll shoot the other guy.
Peeling away.
Yeah, basically. I got a 45.
Basically, we're doing one exchange and then you're gone.
Yeah. My firearms is only it's a 3, so I can reroll. 3 plus 3, so 6.
Yeah, you just bust 2 and he falls.
All right, and that was the guy who hadn't shot yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys get safely away from this location. I'm going to need a drive check to blast your way through the gate.
If you want me to take over the wheel, I have 5 points of strain left. You've been hit.
Switch. Roll into the back seat.
All right. Is this dexterity then?
Yeah, dexterity-based drive check. Wait, before you do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Would you like to be possessed by the ghost of someone who's awesome at driving?
Yep, I will.
Get in here, Cliff Steele.
Yeah.
We need you.
Well, I rolled 0 on that, so I'll re-roll just to see if I get better. 6 plus 5 if you need that.
Okay, so you can get the skill at what level?
3.
3? Okay. So you can spend up to 3 physical to boost it.
Okay.
So it's dexterity plus 5 if you spend 3?
Yeah, so 9.
You do a real good job. You blast through this gate without compromising the vehicle's ability to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys...
I'm just side blasting the gatehouse as we go by it.
So nobody's sticking their head out.
I'm just in the backseat going, no. Done.
And
side-looking the box.
You guys do get the fuck out of there. The OPSEC's not great. This is going to be a big old fucking news story.
I really tried to stop him from opening that door. All right?
Yeah.
You got so close.
We had a good plan.
Yeah.
And so the 3 of you were able to evade the closing net of police because, HQ is going to contact you and tell you where the cops are and where to go. So you can get back to the nest And you have this box with you now.
And the lap and his computer.
And stuff cloned off his computer.
Also evidence of
the sex dungeon.
Yes, that's going to be something that, while maybe Orpheus isn't going to do anything about, they know some people that they can talk to.
Okay. Yeah.
There's going to probably be a giant FBI raid, like, in the midst of the police investigation of all the shooters. Like, oh, by the way, also. So, you guys all survived.
Jurgen missing and all that stolen shit there, you could just make it look like a black, artifact smuggling rings got into a gunfight.
Hey, but, the important thing.
Yeah, these sex traffickers and these black market stolen artifact people got in a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the important thing is Jack's going to get his inheritance.
Yes, he is. His trust fund is
Blakemore did not have time to fill out that paperwork.
That's absolutely right.
Dad went missing in a horrible human trafficking investigation.
So that was Knock Knock. Thank you very much for playing. I hope you had some fun.
Oh, that was a lot of fun. I love that.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.